Well,
Hello, everybody. I'm up. Let's go, Darbo.
Let's go.
The chaotic duo is back. All right, that's how we're gonna start it. I'll start off. Welcome to Exto, the Exto Athena series. Very excited to bring this. I'm with my great friend and my chaotic duo caster partner in Darbo. Darbo, how are you feeling? Obviously, a bit of a rough start, but that's how we go here.
Hey, look, it's been a month since we've casted together, and another Valorant series being brought back as well to life. We're not going anywhere with the Athena series. Day one being picked up. It's like time has flown so quickly to this Athena series. I've literally been so ready for this for the past 3 weeks. I've been itching for it, but here it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting. And, up first, of course, we've got Fearless versus the Brat division. Just quickly going through this, we have some pretty, interesting teams. I need to get them up in a second. But we've got some, big game changer teams here. Of course, some teams that haven't really played in game changers yet and want to make a mark, and especially this Group A that we're seeing. Only one team that is from Game Changer Split 1 was Rapid, and they went 0-6. So, you're looking at least in this group, in Group A, we're looking at a pretty underdog group. All these teams want to prove themselves. They've had months of scrimming, months of waiting for this opportunity. They want to go and really prove themselves that they can, stick and hang with these big teams. And some of those big teams, which are mainly in Group B, if I can find them in a second, is of course, well, Rapid was one of them. That came in Game Changers. Noob Esports, Zimmer and Sirens, Papa Pizza is, Eternal Valor Esports, and of course, namesake of the tournament and second place in Split 1, Exto Gaming Game Changers, which is obviously going to be the favorite for this tournament. So it's going to be interesting, Damo. It's kind of a mix mash of really, really top end teams like that Exto Gaming. The Exto Gaming Game Changers team in terms of how they did in Split 1, and hopefully going into Split 2 they can qualify for the Pacific Game Changers ahead of other teams. But especially what we're casting tonight, these are teams that really want to show the world, show Australia, hey, we're here to play. We've got the mechanics, the skill, the execution to win, and it's just going to be interesting to see what happens.
100%, and I'm sure that all of these rosters have been itching to get at it as well. Of course, coming off of that split as well, a lot of the teams are going to try and run that form to come into this, some might think it's a one-off series, but this is still all to play for. There's still a decent cash pool up for it as well. There's still a lot of, momentum and pride in this as well. So it's going to go far as well in the rankings as well for these teams, and it's going to show.
Yeah, it is going to show, and to me, it's just great to cast Valorant again. It's great to cast. I'm just so excited to see these teams really put everything out. Hoping that one game doesn't take me and Darmo's voices out, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, look, the game's the game. The game is the game at this rate, honestly.
Yeah. The game is the game, and you can just see right now the map we are on. It's a classic. It's Ascent. Why did I say Ascension? Ascent, sorry. Ascent. Ascent. Well, these two teams in the group stage are hoping to ascend into a new level. And these are teams that, are really known, Fearless and Brat division, hoping to, to make kind of their tournament debuts here, especially for a couple of these players, and really show the Game Changers scene here in OC what they can do. And Ascent, I mean, from a personal experience, it's probably the best map to watch on as a viewer. I think this is going to be a really good Game 1, Damo.
Oh, of course. And then, of course, being the highest seed in this tournament as well does benefit you a little bit as well. So we will look into the pick and ban. I'm going to dive a bit more into it, actually. So we have got, of course, Fracture being banned early doors as well. We've got Lotus, then banned from Icebox, Pearl, Haven, and Split. So not choosing to go back to the purgatory of Pearl that Portugal and I both know. So it's actually really, it's nice and refreshing to see Ancient. It's ancient. Yeah, okay.
Ancient.
It's all happening. We've had all variants of it tonight. We can tell that it's very professional here tonight. But Ascent here, we're gonna say, it's gonna look very, very good. It's gonna be very interesting to see. Of course, the mid control. Of course, we love to see sometimes that split onto the A side up through Cat. So it's gonna be interesting to see if we do flood A main fully and do look to go up Cat. And for that B site, the cheeky little mid push can't go wrong. I can tell you, I did that a few times today when I was playing. Run up mid, in through pizza, get on that B side, and it's easy picking.
Yeah, I mean, if we can we'll get into the picks and bans soon-ish. It's looking interesting. But yeah, Ascent, it's really a map about executes. I really think it's how you execute onto the side. A and B, it's depending on how you can execute. Especially now, I think we're in the most util-heavy era of Valorant that you could ever ask for. Taeho, of course, being a big part of that, but also other agents getting buffs. You know, just a lot of stuff going on, and that more agents getting added, you see this more utility-based type of gameplay on Valorant. You know, gun gameplay of course matters, but it doesn't matter as much as it may used to if you're a viewer coming back to Valorant, say from 2021, 2022. It's all about the utility now. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these two teams go through this map. It's a very popular map, so I'm expecting set execute set plays and all that. So it's going to be interesting, and we should get into the picks very soon.
It's also going to be, like, as you said, we are in the very util heavy stage of Valorant. Who was that? They put the clip out saying that you literally just see colors when there's like a full side execute. That's the only thing I remember from like learning a lot more about how this has evolved from the very start of what we knew Valorant esports to be, and now it's built up to this, you know, very heavily relying on that util, and even if you get it like that millimeter off, that it is the end of the world. So it's gonna look. You play your cards right here, you win every day of the week, and especially if you are on that, you know, the A side, or you try to use that util heavy pushing into that B side where it will be favored majority of the time. So it's gonna be something that these players will have to look out on, and we will see that pretty early doors.
Yeah, we will see that pretty early doors. I mean, what really to add to this is just it's gonna come down to, you know, for sites especially, and to stopping these executes, it's gonna come down to the Sentinels. You know, spoiler alert, there are Sentinels on both teams. So
no way.
No way! There's Sentinels on this side.
No way!
And it starts with K and ends with Che. But you know, these players, they have to be really clutch, and they really have to lock down a site in this in this meta, and make sure that executes, you know, don't go as cleanly as planned. You're looking for 2 kills. You know, 2 kills maybe. I should say that's the golden rule. You want 2 kills before dying when you're a defensive person on the side. That is the golden rule that I've learned. You can just see now the team comps very, very similar. The only difference I would say is the Sky and the Fade. Those are the only differences to the both comps. Interesting to see that both teams didn't decide to pick a Sova. You know, very OP into this map, but you know, same comms basically. The Sky, you get a flash, healing. With Fade, more of that control utility, I would say, more of that executed utility that you're using. So, I mean, comps are pretty similar. It's going to be who really executes their comps a bit better, and obviously how the gunplay goes.
Look, at the end of the day, it's that choice to go for the Sky over the Fade. They're probably going to feel it's going to be looked at playing maybe a little more down the route of, you know, trying to find where these players are early doors. Of course, with Fade's Haunt, it does put that out. And with Sky's Flash and Heals as well, it kind of does a bit of a 2. So, of course, you don't really need that Sage at the end of the day if you do regularly queue this game. Sky can do that with the extra ability to blind, but having those 2 blinds there for Brat Division, and especially starting off on this defender side, it's going to actually go a really long way, though, I reckon. And even with Omen's blind too, it's not as powerful as the flashes. Oh my god, I can't speak English. The flashes, it's still going to be very util heavy, and Yeah, just trying to work out those areas, especially with that A site. We might see that be hit quite a lot by Fearless with using Fade's pulling ability as well.
Yeah, I mean, you just said that, and I'm looking at Brat Division, and listen, this is, I mean, we can see live pictures right now, and you can just see Fearless in Spawn, which is pretty funny. But I just want to talk about that comp and that free flash comp. Breach, Sky, Omen. That's why you went to the Sky, you know, to maximize the flashes. It is a really annoying thing as an opposing player. Get flashed. Okay, get flashed again. Okay, fine, that's cool. Third flash, and then they're all in, they just swarm you. And if executed correctly, the flashes could definitely just win you around. So, flashes in any FPS game is really annoying. Having 3 of them, you know, just go bang, 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 like, and then you just take sight, you're dead. It's such a hard thing for that Fearless are going to be, you know, Fearless they're going to be, you know, be dealing with. It's going to be a hard thing to deal with as any player. But, you know, that Fade pick, it could be a big pick later on. We'll see how they utilize that Fade pick.
Of course, and like, as mentioned, like that A site, I'm telling you right now, that is going to be a site where you're going to be watching. Like, as you said, with the blinds, the flashes, the breach stuns as well, which I think will go a long way here. I think this is actually an underrated combo here to run a Fade and a breach as well, because you've got those the stun and then you got the pull. So it's going to be perfect as well. And if your Omen plays together as well, that's a disaster waiting to happen. But we will be getting started very, very shortly. This is a best of 1, of course. None of this best of 3 silly buggers at the moment. We are in the group stage. So this is day 1. So a long way to go till the knockout stages, but we're here for it. 4 weeks of absolutely, purely great, chaotic, confusing Valorant, and we're here for it at the end of the day.
Yeah, we are here for it. And, you know, I think people can... it's hard to say, you know, people can maybe write this game off or write this map off and saying it's the first game of the tournament. You know, if you lose, that's not going to put you out of the tournament at all. You know, it's just, it sucks, obviously. You know, you lose your first game, but whatever. I think as just someone that watches a lot, you know, a lot of different, you know, competitions in esports, getting that right note at the first map and winning it can set you up for the entire tournament. It gives you momentum throughout the entire tournament. It gives you that wind in your sail that you need. And, you know, these teams, they're going to be wanting that, you know, especially after just waiting all this time, trying to finally find, you know, that first, you know, the first tournament they're in, you know, first tournament in ValGG and Liquipedia. You know, they want to prove to the audience that they are here and they can really compete for maybe future Game Changers splits, but especially for this tournament.
Well, we'll look to get ourselves started off here. We do see that cheeky little stack going towards B main. Just a Sky Flash in there. Nothing too much to come from it, of course. Holding the B side as well. Opting for that 3 stack on the B side too. The Fade Eye will come over. So the first time we're going to see that in business. And Scarlet getting tagged up through that Omen smoke as well. That is a huge couple of taps there. The health going down to 19. And it's just going to be a stagnant bit here. Just playing outside a boat. Just waiting for that. Fade Dog also going through.
Yeah, it is going through. Yeah, it is going through. They're just stuck at B main. You could just see already that Breach is taking that kind of peak to mid and seeing nobody there. And really the contact at B is the only thing that's been noted. They will look now to go to that mid area. And you can just see some shots. So now finally spotted out in that position. And really just smoked out again. There's nothing really this Fearless team can do. They're just really in an unfortunate situation. Nothing has been gained control on the map, but it's now Mousecat that could find the first kill. I mean, this is going to be close. They're not even peeking at each other. We've got 30 seconds left. And you can just see this bait from... Oh my goodness.
Well, they've over-rotated.
It's Chloe, but it is a rotate, but the Killjoy util is going to be too much, Darbo. 15 seconds left.
Well, this KJ has to hold down the site now, or else it is wrapped. They've over-rotated, and this is a very late push from Fearless. Had they left this too little too late? Finds a pick on the site, Milky Way in the smoke. Could it on the plane, and he will. Oh! He's going to run away and save the pistol. So Brat Division will get the first round on the board, and we're going to try and get Spike down here. But it is all gone. They do not take anything into the next round, Fearless. And Brat Division starting off really strong and allowing that time to play in their favor.
Yeah, playing it in their favor. They just played really well there. For Brat Division, just found the positions right. Just found the what can I say? Just kind of utiled them out of the round. The smokes, you know, not allowing any mid control at all. The B main lurk up into the B site didn't really, you know, that doesn't really help when you've got a sentinel and that killjoy. You already see as Skyrus gets the kill. Oh well, that bonus is looking good already. Or well, not the bonus. The second round board up from the side of Brat Division. You can just see mid peak is spotted there as Chloe and Milky Way. They make that little peak, and you can just see the rotator now coming out to A. So it's going to be interesting, Damo, as Mouse and Cat might get a lot of kills here. He's one, could look for the second, might actually get caught out by Chloe, and does get caught out by Chloe.
Gun here.
So now this is going to prove a point to see if they stick with their guts once again and commit to this. Look at that Sky Flash coming over too. That's a huge bit of intel spotted out. Not finding only the one, but just that blind being put over. That is huge. And look at this. That rotate now has come all the way in. Your smokes, your stuns, your blinds. The perfect players are in the right spot here. And that Skydog's going to come out through the side. Not going to find much. The other smoke going to come out as well. So re-smoking A main whilst you're at it as well. They're a bit hesitant to push out here. The KJ drone, or the turret, sorry, will be put out ready to go. Milky Way watching the opposite way. They're on the site now, and it's a battle for it. Milky Way finding Chloe early doors. So that Omen's still causing some trouble. Jumping! Classic shot does not manage to get much. Chloe going down as well. So holding this out really well in the 1v4 now. That's just too little, too late, and Cray just has to bite the dust. And the save not going the way of Fearless. Brat Division look to be on the board once again, and they look to be in form.
Yeah, I mean, Brat Division, they get that early pick from that Killjoy in Skyrus, and that's kind of the round, unfortunately. You know, just again, too much control from Brat Division. For this third one with the bonus coming up, you're hoping Fearless can breach that control, maybe find some more control, maybe at mid. Seems like they're going to go for this B main push again, so it's going to be interesting, Damo. See what happens on this round. Need to win this Fearless to at least get rid of the bonus from Brat Division.
Well, they need to find that pick. That does not go there. But look at this, the mid-stack that has come out. And Moosefan Cat has found Scarlet. So that's a very early pick once again. And they're going to try and contest in through B main. But it's 4 stacked on towards that site. There is no way that you can push that. The Skydog going out now. And finally that coverage from Chloe as well being smoked off from top mid. So you look like they wanted to go fast, but they're having to play this very slow after that pick. Chloe looks like she wants maybe something again here in mid. Takes the jiggle peek and decides to go back, so they will start to split up now. Craig would have been very close here. Shaman's going to take a little bit of time there. Spike's still inside B main and it has not crossed. Moosefan Cat has been on fire so far in this game. B. And Spike will go down, so this is now crunch time. They're going to have to try anything and anything that they can here, Fearless, to get that Spike back. And it's got to start through Craig, and it's going to. Skyra's getting the pick on Chloe as well. And that breach stun just to get him with Cray.
Oh!
Manages to get the pick. So this is the battle now of Pizza.
30 seconds left.
Sooner fighting in mid as well. Moosefan Cat walking in his Cray with his back turn. And Chloe now the last alive to try and get the picks. And Skyraz, a 3-0 start, a flawless start to Brat Division. And there is no complaints at all.
Yeah, I mean, that mid push from Brat Division just to get that early peak, Fearless did not expect that at all. And you can just see Cray did so well to come back in that round, but unfortunately she couldn't do it. She couldn't will the team to that round, and now it's not looking good for Fearless. 3-0 down, bonus loss, and Brat Division has set up economy rise for a long time, it seems like.
Oh, 100%. Like, look at that. Sheriffs. Resorting to Sheriffs and barely being able to buy util. And that util stack's going to come in now through a main. So that Fade Horn as well. Knocking 2. So just having to play back here on the site and just let it happen. It's a bit questionable with Fearless looking to play this late once again. It's not worth for them in 3 rounds. But they're going to look to go here. They're actually going out. They're going quick. They are capitalizing on their mistakes. Not looking at... Oh, what is happening? Not looking at Tree. They're allowing them to run out.
Planted.
Spike will go down. And they are in a power position here, Fearless. Can they get their first on the board?
Yeah, it looks like they might be able to get the first on the board here. You can see that trade control is so huge, and Skyrus leads these one. Exsto does get two! Could find the third even! But Malichi actually finds it instead! So it's now gone to a 3v1 situation, and they saw Chelsea and can't control it! Skyrus and Malichi come back, and they will get the 4th round! It looked so good for Fearless, they looked for 3-1, but it's 4-0 for Brat Division!
So close, but just falling. Just getting a little too aggressive looking into Tree there. Just absolutely no need. We've got the spike down. Play the time. There's just no need to push that. Getting a little bit too anxious, I reckon, Fearless. Of course, they are versing one of the highest seeded teams in the tournament as well. But you can't be messing up a hold like that. That is... It's just getting too much for them, it looks, to see here. And Brat Division just trusting what they have practiced, what they know, sticking to it, and it's just looking absolutely incredible.
It is looking incredible. Mousefan Cat maybe waiting for that jump up. I don't know if she saw that little dash up, and I don't think she did because her first contact there, but nobody was traded out. Owens actually does get Rookie Way, so this main push is actually looking good. Maybe can try and get rid of the Jet on side, but it's all slowing down just a bit. You can actually see on the side of Brat Division, they are a bit confused, but they're actually going to kill him. Malichi gets one in mid, and Gloria and Mousefan could have looked for a second, but it's a 3v3 situation here, Damo, and could this finally be the round that Fearless gets?
That's actually a huge blind from the Omen from under as well. That is massive. But look at this. It's the same thing we talked from last round. Just getting that little over-aggressive. We're going to see that here with Chelsea getting picked by Skyrez to put it back into an uneven. Chloe will find the pick as well now. The KJ ult coming out in Tree. Beautiful pick from Scarlet. So now the 1-on-2. They're going to have to relegate themselves off the site here. Will Chloe have enough time though? I don't think so. And if it's a time to go for it now,
oh my god,
it's Malachi and the stick.
They're gonna stick. They're gonna stick.
Off your feet with the breach.
Oh!
And it's just out. Malachi can't get the spray, and Fearless will get the first round on the board, capitalizing on their mistake and showing us why they went wrong last round and showing us that they can improve on it. 3 ults in this game as well. 2 on Brat Division and 1 on Fearless.
Oh my goodness, I mean, we'll never know if that ult isn't invested, but I mean, if you need a breaching ult to get your first round, I would do that every time of the day. Good rolling thunder to get that round secured. And it looked a bit scary there for a second again for Fearless, but this time they make the post plan stick. And now they're looking for the second round of their half and maybe potentially come back a bit.
Well, this is the point where they do have to AEC at this point. They have to accelerate and get rounds on the board quick to make up this deficit. We know that Brat Division will not be looking to, you know, play complacent to, you know, losing a round that they probably should have won, even with that KJ ult. And just getting the trades out as well. So Omen smoking this B main once again. Breach got to look to use the next stun too with Malachi. The blind hitting just in enough time. And a beautiful spray down, and Skyra is getting the pick as well. So even scores, KJ still playing backside.
They don't know.
This could get very awkward. It could get more with the spike planter being down. So this is where they have to capitalize. And Brat Division are doing exactly so as the lurk from Cologne not going out. Teabagging on the side, baiting it out. Crane out in a 1v1 with Asuna. But Asuna, the better player in the end. And Brat Division reviving that round. They look a little bit on ice here, Brat Division. A little bit skatey, a little bit wobbly. But managing to close out the round in the end.
I don't know about you, Damo, but I think Fearless should have won the round. The execute was great. They got rid of the Omen player. But there was 2 things they didn't do that round. One, they didn't check Boathouse. They didn't expect to play a Boathouse. And you always got to check Boathouse on Ascent. And just didn't check it and got a free kill. Should have been 2, but that kill denied the plan, and it denied enough that they really couldn't even plan it. And the mid, I don't think the Killjoy of Chloex, they expected someone to, you know, decide to walk up mid, and that kind of ruined the plan of maybe a potential lurker in that mid spot. And now it's just 5-1 to the side of Brat Division. It's going to be very interesting here.
hold up,
they're
wait a
looking to
minute.
extend the lead. But yeah, look at this. It looks like just Coex is looking a bit, but that mid lurk is gone. So now this looks like a full eco. Maybe just going to try and see if they can get anything off of that A side. But they've guessed right here in terms of Brat Division. I think they know where this is going to come.
Well, they do want to play for that ASO retake by the looks of things. That Skydog getting out there too. It's going to find some hopefully vital information. Not sure if that picked up a stun or two on its way through. So with 50 seconds left on the clock here, Fearless are kind of locked in now to go A. And of course, previously mentioned the lurk from Chloe had to have a little bit more of an effect on it. And Scarlet going to pick at him in, and Malachi's been actually caught lacking. But
Mouse fan.
Mouse fan Cat just doing the business, picking up where she left off last round. And Scarlet finds the pick. Chloe just too little too far. And Mousefire Cat going for it. The breach stun with Scarlet. The last player left alive for Fearless to keep the hopes and dreams alive. Skyrays with a little bit of an over micro adjustment. A Brat Division looking very, very comfortable here now. Even after losing that round, 6-1 the scoreline, Portugal. What's happened?
It's just, I think Fearless are playing, like, Fearless are just playing a bit, just not really clearing everything timeout is coming here from Fearless. You know, not really respecting protocols. They should be. I think one of the rounds they should have won. The 2 rounds we could talk about is one, they missed the post plant. They messed it up. Although they did have worse guns, a 4v3 situation. They had tree control and they just died one by one and couldn't even get a player to at least show for losing that tree control. It ended up being 3v1, and that's just the round. And then the second round, I think they should have won. Is the round I was talking about before? Is the you got to clear boathouse. You've got to be wary mid that someone could just peek out. It came down to a 1v1, and unfortunately Brat Division get that. I think Brat Division scoreline might flatter them a bit. I think they should have lost a couple rounds, but I mean they are playing better right now than Fearless. And like I said, Mouse Fan Cat, Mofu Sand Cat, whatever you want to call them, they are off the marbles, and so is Skyrest. The 2 players, they've been so huge for Brat Division. They've been the keys, they've been the cogs for this 6-1. If they continue like this, it's going to be a blowout score, and that's something that Fearless would not like to have in their first game of the tournament here, Darmo.
100%, but like even we go back to start, like no matter where you're seated, you're always going to get these tough games against these difficult opponents, and that's what Fearless now have to capitalize on, and that's what they're going to look to do here. They might look to speed it up, or they just got to sit in B main once again. This is something that has killed them over the last
by
few
Jet.
rounds.
Look at Mouse Fan Cat.
Oh my God.
He's going to get a kill. She's going to kill mid. She got to kill mid on Cray. So now mid is just completely gone. The killjoy has to be invested here. And really, it's just going to be a 5v5 retake. Yeah, they have to go. There's nothing else they can really use. Skyrace actually gets a kill with the killjoy utility onto Chloe. I can't believe it. It's a 5v situation. Plan is going to go down. There's so many ults like Rolling Thunder that is just used. They've also got Channel and maybe even Omen ult to use. You can just see that it's just falling apart. 4v2. Omen on 1 health in Chloe. And you can just see, just in boathouse, they have no control over the sound. Mouse Fan Cat gets 1, and the last one is noted. It's a 3v1, and Skyrest gets Fearless Chelsea. It just falls apart. They had to use the ultimate of Rolling Thunder. The ultimate of the Killjoy. Rolling Thunder unfortunately came in after 5v3. It's just not going to be anywhere close enough to win this round. Brat Division play it well, but Fearless, that mid control and that lurk from Mouse Fan Cat, she just did it. She just actually did it and won the round for, I believe, Brat Division. They're just going up and guessing that nobody would be there.
Look, at the end of the day, it's where the best teams capitalize, and you can see that post plan as well. They looked a little bit complacent in Boathouse and holding the angles too. You could see quite a few shots being missed, so those nerves are there. They are showing for Fearless, of course. First time that we are seeing them in this setting as well. But for Brat Division, just the nerves are just calming. And it's another split here. They're not going to opt to stack into mid just yet. So they're going to give Mousefire Cat that little bit of space to try and find a pick. But Scarlet is also here as well. This is going to be a huge pick. Doesn't check it, misses, and throws the smoke out of panic. Screen's now being smoked as well. So mid control finally being realized by Fearless that they need to take it. And look at this.
I mean,
They've rotated off the A site as well. This is an open A site. If they're quick with this, Athena might get caught lacking.
yeah, and Scarlet's in trouble. The Killjoy is there. They actually got Omen Flash, gets one, and also could get Cray, but Cray actually gets the kill. But Malichi does. Now, A site is open, so 3v3 retake, but guns are now out of the play for question here for Fearless. They've got about 40 seconds to defend this spike, and Skyrace is going to put down the Killjoy. That could actually, that's going to end the round, I think. The guns are not going to be good enough. Codex could actually throw. That is good util. Killjoy util being used. Drones to at least stop a potential. That's gone too early. That's gone too early, I think. That has to go on the tap, and Skyrace does get one. Now he's flashed out, but Skyrace, Chloe does see. What is going on? Skyrace gets a kill. It's now or never for Fearless. Chelsea, but Skyrace with the 4K. Comes through mid, comes from everywhere, uses the ultimate and stops the push of Fearless. And Fearless, unfortunately, that ultimate, and it was so close for Fearless. The round was there, but it just is not enough for Fearless here.
No one was on the spike, so there's, as you mentioned, the mollies from KJ just being put at the wrong time, and no one was on, so it didn't really serve its purpose. And again, it's that bit of panic again that we see when we try and hold that site. It's just that panic of, okay, well, spike's down, we've got that KJ ult and tree, but we don't know how to play it out. So Brat Division just running the show and showing why they are looking to be one of the teams here to make a challenge here come the final week. Look at that. Skyrace just picking up exactly where they left off from that last round of getting a 4K. Look at this. Mousefan Cat has found the center peak as well. The trigger needs to could be on.
Oh my god!
Find the third of Craig. Shut it down. And a bit of normality coming back here for a 2v4. This is huge. Absolutely huge for Chelsea and Cray to try and resurrect a round. You need to win these last rounds going in here. I believe 4 rounds to go before that half, including this one. So you have to get these rounds on the board here. 55 seconds left in the clock. They're going to opt to go towards that A side once again. And this has seen the favored side of Sooner and Milky Way here, and that sky line, beautiful bit of intel. So that's going to allow the players to accelerate if they would like that Omen Smoke coming out early doors as well. Look at that. The Sooner ready with that dog on command. And bang, look at that. Fade being found, so they are committing to this now, and the stun from Breach. Just, it's all happening there. And look at this. Well, he's on that lurk as well. Malachi, sorry, is on that lurk. Tree not being cleared. Asuna getting the pick as well and finding the second. No need for the lurk of Malachi, which would have caught them out later enough. The 9-1 absolute domination from Brat's Division.
It's about clearing corners, and it's about not expecting players there. The first kill from Killjoy onto that breach of Scarlet, you know, with that, you know, the breach stun and getting with the Killjoy utility there in the bot. I mean, didn't expect just to peek out from basically the corner of main and just killed. And then obviously we have to talk about Mousefan Cat. Holy, just stays there. With a bit of trigger discipline, gets 2, might have found the third, but that was enough intel as well because they knew Spike was there off the drop, and you could just see maybe the only thing here that Fearless can do is a quick execute, but they have already stalled. They're too scared of this Omen Smoke. They just have to push through it. And there's nothing really you've done. We've seen this round a couple times. Breach all.
Here we go, time to accelerate.
Malichi does need to get a kill, but Cray is just stunned as Skyrace gets Scarlet, and the push is not looking good. And you can actually see Skyrace gets a third, and the last one is Chloe, and Chloe is noted. Has to be one, but Skyrace is taking control of the game. We talked about this at the start, but the Sentinels need to do everything they can to get these kills and hold down these sides. And well, Skyrace is just doing that right now. 21-3. Are you kidding me?
This is absolutely mental. That's they had the ult. They could have invested a lot more into that. But the KJ setup not being on lane and being on switch has won that round. So it's a beautiful bit of awareness from Skyrez. It is what you love to see. It's just perfect. And look, they're going to try hit this A site. They're going back and forth between the two. They don't know which side they want to pick, Portugal.
Yeah, they don't know which side to pick, and that's so much intel. Fatal, and they're just investing ult at the start of the rounds, trying to. That's the only way they can get on site. Is investing either Rolling Thunder or a Fatal, and they can't even get through. They're getting rid of one in Omen. It's just unfortunately, bad for Fearless here. Brat Division get rid of one, and you can just see Craig using the updraft with
Double
Poofy
jets.
actually using the updraft with the jet knives. Nothing is spotted here, and you can actually see me.
Oh, look at
Skyrus. Oh, accidentally goes up, and what is happening with Skyrus? Well,
Spike
Milky
down.
Way does get the kill, but Craig does trade back for Skyrus. Skyrus unfortunately went a bit too up. And you can just see now it's a 3v4 situation here, Damo. And looks like they're going to rotate to B, but already that teleport from Malichi, knowing the possibility, and that boathouse position for Brat Division has been very OP so far this map.
They're gonna look to push mid.
Mid
Come
now,
on,
yeah.
Foster and Caddy. She's gonna get the pick there. So that is huge.
seconds left.
And Cray missing the knives. Of course, both Jets do have their ult
There's
active,
no
and they
time.
do have to go back for it. They have to commit to the A side here. They have no choice. They've got to get through the two of Asana and Milky Way. And look at that, Skydog also going to come in to try and take out a little bit of time here. If that hits Cray, and luckily it doesn't, but that could have finished Cray for that round. Spike will go down here just
10
below
seconds
Heaven.
left.
And this is going to be
Spike
very interesting.
planted.
Chloe is going to be dancing with the limits, dancing with the timings. Setting up
Placing
that
swarm
KJ
grenade.
bot to look towards that Omen Boy coming out. Huge bit of team play. Asana getting the pick. So Cray, what have you got in your locker? Can you give us something to cheer about? No! As a Brat Division moving into an 11-1 scoreline at the half. To pure domination. Every foot being set right. And Fearless have to do something miraculous here to
Switching
bring it
sides.
back into this attacking side. Oh,
Yeah.
my days.
I
The
mean,
defensive side, sorry.
we talk about that team play. How about Malichi getting that flash onto Asuna and then getting the kill onto the killjoy? I mean, that's how. But when you know a day is not going your way, or sorry, I should say a map, because the day isn't over. You've got more chances here if you're Fearless. When you know a map's not going well, is when a team flash comes in and then they somehow get a kill on you. I mean, this is just they just can't get onto site. It was what Fearless can't do. They could not get onto any site unless they invested ultimates like a Rolling Thunder or the Fade ultimate. And even then, they were scared. They were confused, and you could just see this already could be the game. If they win this, it's going to be a very hard, they're going to have to win 12 rounds if they lose this pistol round for Fearless, and they're going to have to win that second. Basically a bonus buy round for Brat Division, but we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves here. 11-1, pistol, they need this Fearless so bad, and they have stacked correctly on the correct side.
So we will find a pick in tree, so Scarlet being left to try and play that tight angle to try and see if we can get a pick. They are going to look to try and go through tree as well. Malachi also getting picked as well, so this is starting to go a bit downhill now for Brat Division. Scarlet getting one tapped by Milky Way, so this is a trade war going on here. And they're just going to smoke that off just to play a bit of the time away. That KJ turret also being taken out as well from the attacking side, of Brat Division. That Fado also going out too, clearing out tree. So this is going to be a task and a half here for Chloe to try and hold down this B side. Look at those mollies. They are spread though between B main and switch. And that, see that alert bot as well in mid that Skyrus will trigger sometime soon. And they're going to look to go here. The bot going down. So the first KJ molly will be triggered. And the Emma Smoke coming across to the bot now. So that is confirmed that they are going towards his B site here with not too long left to go. Chloe will just have to force to tuck here and just give up the site. They will have to play a retake here onto the B site. Yeah, they don't have to plan. They are too busy clearing it out, but there is tons of time. So here we go. This is where it comes down to now. The Fade Eye going out. The Horn doesn't pick up anyone. Not enough on it. The lane of Cray being picked as well off Asuna, so they're going to huddle up now backside in boat with Skyrus and Milky Way, the best two players that have been performing as well. But Milky Way missing a few shots, Skyrus missing a few shots, and it looks like it might be an attacker side map here as Fearless will get the pistol on the board. And Chloe playing that correctly, waiting for the team to rotate in, and a team ace being picked up as well for Fearless, and a beautiful retake. Nothing went wrong in that.
Life! Finally, life for Fearless here, unlike Carlton Football Club. We have life, Damo. We have life in this game. Good pistol round there from Fearless. I mean, Scarlet, Cray, they're just good, good understanding of that. I didn't know if the correct call was to go for retake there, but I mean, they stuck with that call, went for the retake onto it, and they won the 4v3. Good retake all around, stacked on the right side, and yeah, just really good, good util being used here by Fearless. There's another one though here, right up, right now.
I'm still thrown by the fact that we've somehow worked the Carlton Football Club into a line of commentary. So shout out to you, man. You guys are suffering with no wins. But can they capitalize these Fearless now? Chelsea not managing to land the shot for Chloe there. So managed to get a pick before market door does shut. But look at this, only the 2, and they're going to have to try and do this retake once again. They did it last round. Can they do it once again here? Rotating in through CT, the spike going down. Of course, huddling up in boat and just holding the corners here. This could be an absolutely huge thrifty. If Brat Division can get up, they do have just the pistols. I thought they would have picked up that Spectre. Well, sorry, the Stinger after the kill on Chelsea, but not managing to. But looking to play a little bit in that smoke there. I don't mind it as someone who does study the control a little bit. Milky Way fighting the pick, and that blind is happening.
Oh my God!
Milky Way, the close match point for Brat Division early on.
So
match point.
Def. Let's talk about that. Def like Golden Football Club, because no, Fearless, no. Oh, it's just, that is what they had to do the entire... Brat Division in one round showed them what they had to do the entire half. How to execute onto side. They executed perfectly onto side. Milky Way getting that that pistol kill in the smoke, and then Skyrest. What can we say about Skyrest? 24 and 5, getting that 3K. It's just going to be impossible here from Fearless on those pistols. But yeah, it is just going to be impossible. The Sting, the Spectres, and the Vandals coming out for Brat Division. This looks like this could be map point, Damo.
Hey, we've seen weirder things happen. We have seen weird things happen. These pistols can get up, because Brat Division might get a little too overconfident, and it might throw away a couple of Vandals, and then they're in strife. They keep those Spectres alive. That would be huge as well, because even so, the spread can do a little bit of damage. And they're going to take mid control here. Pizza being taken in full control now here. And they're just going to go straight towards that B side. So they've taken the option to go through, as I highlighted in the pre-show. Pizza through to B. And Chloe, once again, being forced to tuck. There's just nothing that she can do. She has to just give up the sight and allow them to push on with just that pistol. But letting her position be known as well. Scarlet could get one of them, but Scarlet's not firing her weapon. What is happening? And this could be the beginning of the end. Prey also getting picked too, and this play now being found. Brat Division look to be in full control, have not stepped a foot in the wrong. Both players still lit up to push Skyres. 1, 2, how are you doing? The first win of the Athena series goes to the Brat Division, and pretty convincingly too.
Very convincingly, Damo. Oh my goodness. It's so hard, right? It's so hard because you have to talk about both teams, and I think the story of both teams is that, listen, it was just a difference at the end of the day. We're looking at the scoreboard. Skyrest, take a bow.
It's one of the greatest performances.
She would be carried off the park.
100%, but it's still, you look at, it's actually a really rounded team board, to be fair. So it didn't have the best of games, but the fact of the util that they used on that A site has pretty much allowed that to be a well-rounded scoreboard, and they're gonna love that result going into their next game.
Yeah, I mean, I love that, Skyrus has got the most kills. I think if you go right at the bottom, you're like, Asuna, like 5K. Only 4 deaths for Asuna. 5 and 4 in a Valorant game. In a 13-2, 4 deaths she was basically the util master. Did her job perfect. Just perfect. Yeah.
Perfection is probably what you're looking for.
Perfection. Thank you. I'm lost for words. Listen, Brat Division, they played really well. They can come out of this game feeling really confident about the tournament. The executes, even we didn't get to see the attack side, but the executes I thought were unfortunately for Fearless, were much better. The two executes we saw, the pistol one and the mid to B one, they were just much better executes. Sentinel, of course, of SkyRS just completely controlled the game. You can't do anything when someone's popping up with 25 kills as a Sentinel in a half like that, in the defensive half. And, you know, for Fearless, this is going to be a lot of, you know, they've got to go next game straight away. They just need to forget about this one. They didn't play to their best of abilities, I think. So, you know, we're hoping for better, but just going back to the basics, just the very core basics, and you can make, you know, games like these a lot, you know, easier for themselves, especially, you know, the lost rounds we saw, Damo, you know, in terms of post plans or just maybe throws and just not clearing out corners like we saw. Just got to get back to the basics, and you can really make games out of these. But, well, this first game wasn't meant to be for Fearless.
Look, it's a nice learning curve for Fearless. As I said, it's a lot of these people, it's a lot of their first time playing in, you know, such a tournament that has this type of caliber. So to play one of the higher teams here early on, it's a really good learning curve for them as well. And especially with learning, you know, what can we adapt? What can we do? What can we do when we play these better sides that have all these different, you know, these runs of strategies, you know, these lurks? There's a way that we can combat that. So it's a wonderful just little bit of time where it's like, okay, we've got a little bit to our next match. We can just settle down and we can go back to the drawing board and just see what happens. So it's going to be a very interesting time for Fearless in their next game, but we will quickly go to a break, ladies and gentlemen. Go take care of yourselves. Just around the corner, we will have Poofy Pandas versus Schimimi. We'll be back soon. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Exsto Athena series of day one. We're seeing all these teams coming first-handedly, and this time we will see the Poofy Pandas taking on the good old Schimimis, as these two teams have just finished up games as well. Poofy Pandas come into this game on a loss against CVN, going down 13-4, and Schimimi battling it out on the second stream against Rapid, taking the win out 13-9. Before we get into what map has been selected, because this is it's gonna be
I have my head down. You guys
a
have
very
said so.
controversial topic between us.
Yeah.
But one team coming in on a win, one team coming in on a loss.
Yep.
Schimimi, of course, having that close battle again and being forced to go straight back into it. And Poofy Pandas have had that little bit of relaxation before they are able to get into this. So what's kind of the mindset of Portugal going into this game here for their second game in the group?
That's that's a great question. I mean, if you are, Schimimi, you just defeated Rapid. That was a Game Changers team. Although Rapid didn't win a game in Game Changers Split 1, that's still a Game Changers team. So that's going to give you a lot of confidence throughout this group, and especially against this team that just lost 13-4 in pretty convincing fashion. I think Schimimi is going to be pretty happy. Pretty. When we're talking about on the bounce, they're right off the bounce of winning a game. They're confident. They're all adrenaline is up, all hyped up. For the side of Poofy Pandas, they've had some time to maybe look back and relax, maybe get rid of that, that first game, get rid of those feelings about it, and just really look at what they can do differently on this second map. And this is kind of a big deal for them now. You don't want to go 0-2 into a the third map of tonight. You don't want to end this day off 0-3. So for Poofy Pandas, it's about bouncing back. For Schimimi, it's about backing up that impressive performance and really showing why they could be Group A favourites here.
100%. And you look on your screens right now, we've got the greatest map of all time. Portugal's not going to like me for saying that one, but we are on Pearl. So the very, very known map, known for the meta a lot as of late as well. It has been the meta pick for a lot of teams. There's been a lot of work done in it, in the top pro scene as well. So, of course, all the other teams are going to adapt to this. Of course, G2 making the stack on Pearl very popular. So it'll be interesting to see if we do see those G2 stacks come out here in the agent selection. And it's just going to be a map, again, of close corners. Fast executes will win you, especially on that A side. Of course, be a bit more methodical on B. Of course, you do have to battle through B long. But it's just going to be a matter of how fast you can execute onto a site. If you're going to go towards that A side, how well you can clear the corners and the util. If you're going down at B, it's the same thing. Can you flood out that back site in heaven and also have that, the allowance of link there too? Can you cover all 3 entry points there? Or 4 if you include the 2 that are backside, and punish that accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say, Damo? It's Pearl. Like, if you guys,
it's Pearl.
You viewers watched my face when we first got in. I think that we just got out. We just realized what map we got in. I was a bit like, oh my god, well this. Pearl, I mean, this is a map known for bangers, right? Not only in the scene here, but also I just remember that T1 Masters win against G2, right? That map is so memorable in my mind, at least in recent history. So Pearl has become one of the most fun maps to watch, and interesting with both comps that we'll get into a second. But they both kind of sat there and decided for a while. Nobody locked in. That they were deciding on what comps and what to play, and different agents and what to play. And I think when we get to when the agents come up, I think both teams have gone with a very different route from each other.
Yeah, so we will see that in just a second. It's only just getting set up here completely. So it's gonna be another tight one, I reckon. Or it could be that stomp, as mentioned, Poofy Pandas coming off of a hefty defeat with a huge gap, and Schimimi battling it out to the very, very end. Here we go. The Asian select now coming up on your screens as well. So it's going to be a little bit of delay. It's keeping us there. It's keeping us there waiting to go. And pretty similar. Once again, only a couple of agents that have been swapped out. But this is a little bit of a different pool. You look at it here between Poofy, Pandas, and Schimimi. Pretty much the only similarity is Reyna. That's it. But they've gone for the complete different set of Schimimi going for the 2 initiators. And then Poofy, Pandas opting for the 2 duelists as well. Omen and Clove. I love me a bit of Clove. I'm not going to lie. I do have a little bit of a soft spot for a bit of Clove here on Pearl. And then battling out in the Sentinels, Vice and KJ. So KJ, the usual that you would go for here on Pearl. And Vice just spicing it up a little bit. Of course, Vice, as they have been in the game for a longer amount of time, people have been learning on how to, improve the ways that you can use her abilities, of course, with her thorns. And of course, it's going to be a huge ult as well if Schimimi can get that on the board with the primaries to be jammed too.
Yeah, I mean, Vice obviously is I would say one of the meta picks, on this map. Especially as a Sentinel, there's not many maps that Vice works on that well, you would say, as a single Sentinel. But this map in Pearl, Vice is very good at. I think the differences in comps is actually interesting, but I think both comps work and they've both got plans and ideas. I think you look at it, the smokes being different in Clove and Omen, but I think both have kind of the same purpose. The Sentinels are different, which is interesting. Before I think Vice got introduced in this map, you would mostly see that Killjoy, maybe a Chamber onto the map. So it is interesting to see Killjoy. Fade is an interesting pick here with that comp of Poofy, Pandas. Taeho obviously is one of the most util heavy and can really just clear anything with just a click of a button. So Taeho is very very, very good on any map, and you can just see ZZZ, I believe, used it last map as well in, I should say Schimimi, used it last map as well. So, both comms I think work to their extent, but I think if Schimimi can execute theirs at a good level, then I think Schimimi probably have just a bit better comp that I would take over Poofy, Pandas.
100%. So it's really just going to see, this is 2 very interesting rounds, as you said, of the agent selection that both teams have gone. So it's just going to be that case of, well, let's just see what happens. Like, at the end of the day, you're not going to play the same stack. You're not going to come against the same stack of agents. It's going to be different. They might look to opt to change something, but it's going to be a pretty head-to-head clash here. Early doors, we do see that Teo drone go out and the Fade Haunt going out again. We highlighted that last map as well of how important that Fade Haunt is as well. You want to see a little bit of movement here back into mid. They're split all over the place actually here between mid, B and the A site. Of course, trying to look through art here. Early doors. Panda hits just a little bit on Rice and the Skydog will come in. A little bit of the rush now from Rice will happen too. So the A site being taken pretty easily early doors. Not wasting any time here, Schimimi. But Jules being blinded as well. So a huge bit of intel being caught in the double swing as well. And a beautiful kill there from Ray QT as well. And of course the Sky very good with those heals. Being able to do the business and a flash now going in. Blinded 1-2. Rice up for 3. And Kiat gets it done too, so a nice redemption round from Schimimi. They are picking up exactly where they left off there from match 1.
Yeah, Schimimi picking up where they left off, and it just is a really good slow execute. And by the time, that info to just get rid of the dugout play, it's a 5v3, and you could just see the Reyna of Kiat just absolutely taking that, that mid connector control and actually went for the flank onto spawn. That was just a pretty easy round. Good executes all around. Poof needs to dig deeper and find something else here to at least take guns off from Schimimi.
Exactly, so we do have a couple of AFK in spawn, so we'll see what happens with that. The AFK strike goes hard, especially, I can relate to that. I had my mouse go kaput today when I was playing some Swift plays in warm-up for a comp, and I had to full-on restart my PC. This is why you fix your wireless utility and take it off charge before you go to Valorant. Or else that will happen, and it's not good. we see this early rotation now coming through, and Poofy Pandas, they're gonna put all their marbles here on the B side, and it looks like they are gonna get it up as the battle now going out on towards the side. The connected battle also gonna come up very big here. It's gonna happen. Skeptic, looking to see what happens. That's the pick on the back side. So imagine a fight back here, Schimimi.
Yeah, they're fighting back. Pow looking for a kill, but can't find it. G gets Kia, but it's Az gets a kill onto G, and it's a 4v1 situation. Nothing Jules can do here, Damo. Nothing really being taken away here from the side of Schimimi, mate. It's just a good execute. Even though Poof did stack onto the B side, Schimimi, they took care of it, took care of business, and I'll have a lot of guns here for this bonus round.
Oh, of course, and especially with the start that they have had as well of Schimimi. Of course, they have been the side that has played a little bit more. We are going to see a tech pause as well, so it's going to bide a little bit of time. Hopefully, my mouse comment hasn't actually happened, and someone's mouse isn't working.
Yeah, can officials tell us what's happened? What's the tech pause? Is it because of the mouse? Is there a mouse problem?
But no, look, it's a way of just getting back into business. Very few players have had that little bit of a break where they've had that time to go, okay, well, look, things did not go well in our first match. What can we try and improve to be better in this second match? And it's going to take a little bit more of the working time. They got the call right at the end to transfer everybody from that A site where nothing was being hit early doors to move their extra players back in and around through spawn and getting that mid control as well. So they've made the right calls. They're just not landing the shots. And that's the most important thing, is the communication just not there and the shots just not landing. So it's a big uphill battle here for Poofy Pandas. I'm sure they will be able to bounce back. We still have plenty of time here. It's only the third round. Only the bonus.
Yeah,
or the first proper buy round, I should say.
Yeah, but like you said, only the bonus and the first proper buy round for them. But I mean, this is again, saw last game how easily it can snowball if you don't beat the bonus, and that's what happened to I believe it was who did we have last game? Now I'm spacing out because it was such a Fearless and Brat division. Yeah, Fearless lost that bonus round, and it was kind of, I don't want to say curtains from there, but it was kind of a very major uphill battle that they couldn't even get into. I'm not saying that will happen with this game. We hopefully want this game to be kind of a banger. We're not a total banger. Listen, we don't want the Pearl Curse to give us like a 13-11 1v5 coming in, like the best clutches you'll ever see. We don't want that as casters to lose our voices here on the second match. As viewers, you probably want that, but as casters, But for Schimimi and me, I mean, I think you can just see that how they execute the first two rounds. Very slow, very methodical, but nothing really. That when they execute, they make sure they execute correctly. They don't execute halfway, or they don't fully commit. Once they make that decision to execute, they will fully execute. And the agents say they have, the utility they have at disposal, they're using all of it to make sure they get that side and make sure it's a living hell for whoever is on that side. And also just the information as well with the Sky, using the Sky Flash. I think we'll see more of that from Schimimi. For Poofy Pandas, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. You lost the first game really badly. If you lose this game, it's a bad thing. Or you don't want to go 0-2 straight away, but you want to at least make this game closer. Schimimi have really shown that they are a very good, a very good outfit, a very good team, and it's going to be interesting to see how this game progresses. Obviously, Schimimi favourites, hoping to get this done quickly. But Poofy Pandas, big upcoming round right now that we're about to get into, Damo, after the tech pause is off. Take it away, my friend.
I'm not gonna lie, I got caught reading chat halfway through that, and there's a war. There's currently a war going on of who's the cuter caster between me and you.
What?
there is a war going on of who is the cuter caster. So I've just been just eyeing it back and forth, just checking on the other scores, and I'm just reading chat. I'm just going, what is happening? But it's all gonna happen now here in Arc. We'll chat decide who's cuter. So we're going to see that little Teo drone now pop out. G popping back just a perfect amount of time here. So mid has been taken. But can they get through Con just fine? G just managing to avoid it. Pow finding the pick early doors as well of the long play. The flash coming nice and high. With Rice finding the pick in the end. But look at this. There's two waiting to go.
Oh.
And Rice, big corner looking in the wrong direction. As Jules and Skip and Blade getting the picks, but a lot of HP lost. The trade out from Athena and Mummy Panda as well. So leads it down to Ray.
Backstab coming.
And the flank as well of Pow. Just absolutely incredible. And they will get their first round on the board here, the Poofy Pandas.
Yeah, Schimimi having a lot of mid control and getting into that mid connector. But, I mean, that's just great from Poof Pandas. Great response, knowing that mid control is given up and retaking it with a lot of players. That's really smart from Poof Pandas, and they will win that round. I think that is crucial for Poof Pandas. And now, well, money is on the line for Schimimi. They want to get this round over and done with. Same as well for Poof Pandas in a way, but it will be an interesting round 4 here coming up. And we can just see they're all stacking towards that B side.
They're going to look to go a little bit early here. Full weaponry, so they're able to take this without a problem, and they will start to advance. The jump pick coming out from Pow as well. Big bit of information. Only 2 on the side as well, so they do have to just play a little bit of time here. They've moved up quite quickly here. Random blind, double random blinds going out. The tail wall is going to come out very early on too. So the fly out backside, look at that. 5 of them. Onto the side. Q out and Athena take a bow. Beautiful execute there from Schimimi, and the Vice wall not going up either.
Planted.
Of course, with Vice being dead as well, so that flank's going to come quick and hard. With Athena taken down by Mummy Panda, they are relocating themselves onto the site. Ray's getting a little bit antsy, wants to peek a little bit. The Skydog will now come out. So having to play this very late on, and the dog just not getting the distance that it probably should have. So a 3v3 retake now for the Poofy Pandas. The Vandal, that's a huge gun to pick up as well here to retake. The Mateo is coming out too, so biding a little bit more time. The Fade Horn will also come over too. There's a little bit of util left on the board still to use, but it's only a matter of time that it is used. G getting out by Jules. Panda. Finds 4 in the round to win it out and get the ult as well. Schimimi, a train that does not look like stopping at any station anytime soon, Portugal.
Oh, Kia can be so proud of that round. I mean, the dismiss right before the shots from, I don't even know who it was, but the other person on site. That would have been the end of the round. It wouldn't have been the end of the round, but that would have been a huge kill onto Kiat. But Kiat stays alive and stays alive enough to get that 4K, to get the 1v1 situation and clutches it out. And it seems like they're just going to keep on going, pushing these sides, and this time it's A.
That's a huge Fade Eye to be put out in art as well early doors. It's one of the common spots, so I'm surprised that they weren't pre-aiming that already. Where Schimimi, and look at all this util. The Sky out now coming out. Get the cabbages out of the patch! With Rainer's ult as well going, and they're going to back off of this now, so they do know that a majority of them are towards this A side. This is the correct call here for Schimimi, and look at that. They've all just fully rotated in. You see the 3 in art now going into connector, so they're going to spread back out once again as there is no push onto the side. So just a stalemate again here with a minute left on the clock, and this could get antsy here in mid.
Mummy Panda and Pow, the only ones that are even distinctly close the B side. It's going to have to come down to Mummy Panda to save this mid push and for Pow to save this B side. And well, the first player falls in Mummy Panda, so it's all on Pow, and the utility could be crazy here. Well, they are just, they're risking, oh my goodness.
The whiff!
The whiff, unfortunately, for Pow could have won the round. QT gets 2 and looking for the 4, but can't get it. Oh, and Kiat gets it. Ray QT will get a 3K on the round. Got 2 into mid. And, well, it's all about Schimimi. Are they making us go to sleep or what with their gameplay? No, they're not. Because they're dominating and they're showing us how to play Valorant here, Damo.
Wow. With a timeout from Poofy, Pandas being called, just letting it get away from them a little bit here. They made the right call there in the end, did Schimimi, to rotate those players out because they knew that they would all come out towards Art and Flowers, and they went, hey, with the cabbages being found, I love how I'm calling it the Sky. The Sky is always the cabbages to me. Correct me as much as you want it at home. It's always the cabbages. But that Sky ult, though, allowing the numbers to be found very early doors, and that early call from Schimimi just go, hey, there's 5... All 5 has gone into the A side. let's just pick up, go and move to the B site. And you see that, the domination on that B site, and it's so unfortunate. I believe it was for Pow Pow. It was very unfortunate. Had that lurk in the back of the site, but just could not land those shots on the spike going down in the default plant. There's going to be a lot to look forward to now going into this next period, and the timeout has gone overtime.
And what is going on? We've got -7, -8, -9, -10. I mean, you're not seeing this on our screen, folks. The timeout is bugged.
Yeah, we've got a bug timeout.
As someone in the chat, one of our officials is saying, "Oh, did we bug it?" Maybe we have. I think it's bugged. The server says. So we are just stuck on timeout by Poofy Pandas. Do you think as Poofy Pandas, you just like, wait, this is a timeout, so let's just talk things through because it's still our timeout technically. We can roll it, yeah. But anyways,
well, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before.
If you can show this,
it's gone. It's genuinely gone. The timer that we usually use to manually put on and off, it's not even doing it. So we're about to hit a minute of time, negative a minute of a timeout active. This is what you don't see behind the scenes when you look at all the big events. We're at a minute. We're at a minute and counting. We're back to seconds.
It's starting again. It's starting
again.
We're back
to it.
Yeah.
We're back to it.
Yeah, we're back. It took a minute. A minus.
Even our officials are so confused as long as everybody else.
We broke the game.
I can't wait to see the chat when it hits that in real time. That's gonna be funny. Yeah. Everyone's going to be like, what's happening? We're stuck here for a minute and 5 seconds.
We are.
But we're seeing this beast early door, the ace attack, early doors.
And you could see already Pow Pow looking forward. Might try and get a kill on this. No! Get out of there, Pow Pow! Looking for the kill. And you can actually see already trying to get a spam in, but they're just going to say, Schimimi are just going to go in. They're just going to say, no, we're taking this site with no returns to you. So site is taken. 4v5, a quick take here by Schimimi. And the quick round has already started. 2 from spawn, 2 from mid. You can just see Coyote here as well as Molly Panda. They're both there. Oh, they're both spotted by Radiant Rice. They didn't understand the angle. The angle got him, and Azana trades out Raz into the Frey QT. Kills Jules. It's a quick round. I couldn't even pass it back to Darmo because Schimimi are making Poof go to sleep.
Well, I'm out here on my own. Then channel my inner donkey from Shrek, and I'm here all alone. But just perfect. That is what happens when you play quick Valorant. That's what we didn't see last map, but we're seeing it this map. The efficiency of getting out onto a side early doors, taking that control, finding that pick early on too, and just rolling the site with the aggression. As John Cena once said, ruthless aggression, and that's exactly what Schimimi is showing.
That's a goated reference, my friend. As we see this go through, you can just see this stack coming in through B, and it's looking good for the side of Schimimi. The side looks to be already taken, and just fully taken as well. Guns, they do have guns here on the side of Poof, but they will just opt for the 5v5 retake. And you can already see, trying to take this link control as well. And this actually gets one, looking for a second, gets the second, looking for the third, and you're kidding me! Azana gets through! And could look for the ace in a second if they do it. Az gets the kill though, but Azana finishes off with the 4K. Azana takes Link by herself and says, this round is mine! Unbelievable from Azana. And Schimimi, well, like we saw last game, Darmo, it's going one side, traffic only, and for this game, it's for all Schimimi's money.
It's not even two-way traffic on a one-way street even.
Yeah.
It's all happening. Poofy Pandas are just falling apart at the worst seams. And again, that aggression from Schimimi is just, they've done it once. It worked. They did it again through B long of all places where you need to be that aggressive. And it's worked. And they're going to go for this again here as they're going to take the pick out early doors, jump peeking off Mummy Panda. They want this again. They are eager to get a 7th round on the board. And as you said, just going the way once again of the Vice Ult coming out now. And it's all going to happen. And the KJ ult, they are investing into this round here. Oh, the
they're going to protect it.
They have to protect it.
Taylor Salvage going to destroy it, maybe. Is it? It's going to destroy it. It's going to destroy it. They've got to get it. Oh, they got it. Oh,
second.
Oh, no.
At the last second. They're still stacked. Link. They can't do a thing.
Oh.
And the sweep from Athena. 41. But aren't they aware of boys?
Oh,
Another 4 for Athena here. With Pow Pow. Just by the lonesome. They're in heaven. They know exactly where they are. The Reyna ult is also there just in case. The Clove Decay will go up there. 34 HP. And as we'll be looking for this kill here. As with the first one, that's the second. It's going to be on for Pow Pow.
Pow Pow!
Athena gets the 4. What are we seeing, Portugal?
Oh my god. Schmimi, that round was crazy. First of all, the salvos don't destroy the Killjoy ult. And then somehow the Teo gets to destroy the Killjoy ult. And then it's a 3v3, goes to a 3v1 situation. Schmimi with the confidence, the overconfidence you would say, maybe just doing too much there and made it a 1v1 situation. But who else but Athena to get that clutch situation? He get that 4K. It's all been about Athena this game, Damo. And although it's 7-1, we are seeing some game-changing plays as Mummy Panda here is actually just staying, looking for anything. Could look for one, does get one, but it's traded out by Athena. And it could now again be a quick side take. Athena is just going off. Athena is showing everyone why she is the best in the world. But Joel just shuts him down. But actually Athena gets away. Could look for a kill. Could go back to Link and maybe look for a kill. But Skeleton gets 2. So it's a 3v1 situation here. The round has gone so quickly. Ray QT has Pow Pow and finally Poof. They have won a round. My voice is losing itself. The Poof Pandas, they've done it. They've won a round finally.
You could see by that, it worked before. Go and do it again, but Poof Pandas just well aware that that rush was going to come back in and the brute force again. And that's just well played and a bit of confusion as well with that Clovo. Oh, by Athena and Rice just flicking on the Clovo and not focusing on the rest of Link. So it's a round that could have been easily won by Schimimi, but that error probably costing them that round. And this time they're going to opt towards A and see what they can get.
Even when it's blowouts, Pearls do not. Pearl produces some of the best rounds you will see on this game, folks, no matter the cost. And you can just see, taking a bit of A main control here. Smoke does go down.
Just avoided the one-way.
Yeah, avoid some one-way. I do wonder what Schmimi do here. They could execute out of this. And it's not the end of... It's not something that you would take out of them. And actually, Armageddon ult is taken out. So Omen has to TP out. Oh, I thought TP back, unfortunately, but no. It's still safe. So it's going to be a 5v5 retake. Yeah, maybe a bit aggressive here. Will get killed by G. So Az is planting the bomb. 4v5 situation. Reyna is there. And well, Radiant Rice gets the kill. 4v4 situation. And that actually could clear out this mid player. And Az and Radiant Rice. It looked good for a second for Poof Pandas, but now it's not looking anywhere good for Poof Pandas because they went from a 4v5 to a 4v0. Schmimi, take the round.
Just the post plan, the beautiful Teo ult as well from Rice to look down of Art. Just to clear out that and give that a little bit more space as well for Schmimi to get onto the site. 3 rounds before the half. These are rounds that Poofy Pandas must get on the board. It's a non-negotiable. It's a big scoreline at 8-2 already. You have to get this down, and they're putting their KJ back on to the B site. And they're stacking up mid too. So trying to eliminate not only that rush out on B long, but also that late push that they do love to do, going through mid and Link.
And you can just see this mid. Oh, sound cues here by Radiant Rice. As you can see that execute coming on to be any second. But Radiant Rice has actually just fully got this. Will maybe get 2 here. And will get 2. Caught everything down there as Radiant Rice
Primary's jammed on site.
2 kills. And oh, this round is already over, Damo. And you can just see Skepno's Blade has nothing else to do. It's a flawless round. And Schmimi after those couple of close rounds have now established back themselves in the game as dominant as ever.
Well, no one can really invest into ults in this round, so it's honestly a good call from Schimimi as we do head into the last round. It's actually a good call to actually use all of their ults and invest. I think everyone in the lobby is 4 off except for Kiat, who only has 2 more ult points to go. So Reyna, the only one for the Schmimi, the only one that can get their ult here in the remaining half. So it's going to be a big task. And look at this. Look at this. Is it too little too late? The Poofy Pandas have decided to respond
with what
they've been doing the entire time. And Pow Pow gets that pick early doors.
Yeah,
so that's going to make a little bit awkward here. And as this is just going to be a game of timing, but misses the shot. So now they have to commit to the A side. They know that is all for the A side. The Teo grenade now coming out. Allowing a little bit more time. Rice finding their way through as well. So being found through mid, they have to go quick here. Spike being planted by Az onto the A site.
Yeah, it's a
This
gamble.
could get very dicey here.
It's a gamble play. It's going to have to work out Bloody Panda with the aim. I mean, 5v3 situation. Now, a lot of sight has been given away. You can just see that defender spawn and that you know, A main as well. 5v3 situation. Is going for the play of her lifetime. If this goes off, they could wait here. They wouldn't expect a player coming back here. If the trigger discipline is there, good look for everyone. Looking for one, looking for two, gets two, and now looking for 3 or 4. They know what player's behind them now, and it's a 3v3 situation. Kian is blind, somehow gets it, and Ray QT. It's 10-2. Folks, you did not come here for the chill cards. You came here for the hype cards with Port and Darmo, and even though it's 10-2, it is a great game we're having here at Pearl between Schimimi and POOF Pandas.
It's exactly what we highlighted at the start as well. Schimimi have picked up exactly where they left off in their first match. Even though it did go the distance, there was that worry of, can the mental still be there to perform? And it has, and it showed. They've been very dominant. They've been very, just being able to get out onto the site and get it for almost free. Of getting early picks and getting it for free. It's just a constant run. And it's worked out really well. The Poofy Pandas need a miracle. And do you believe in miracles, Portugal?
Well, I mean, 1980 US hockey, I think they believed in miracles. So anyone can believe in miracles anytime. So we'll see if Poofy Pandas have got some more fight in them, some more, I don't know, some more bamboo in them, I'd say. But actually, that's just a good, wow, Az just gets more Radiant Rise. It's just perfect utility setup. This is what we're talking about. It's a 1v4 situation. Az to try and find another. Az gets the kill. And unbelievably, Schimimi, they're making us go to sleep again because that was just beautiful. That was beautiful to watch in the utility combo between the Teo and the Vise there, Damo.
And a timeout being called by Poofy Pandas the second. So using their second time out here, they just have to find something. They have to get around on the board. You see already looking to invest in the Vandals. Schimimi, they want to go next. They've had enough. They want to go next. They are ready to go next. They feel confident in themselves that they can close out this game in the next 2 rounds to be able to force up Vandals and light shields. Possibly some might even be able to buy full if they invest smartly. Of course, does depend on util as well. So they're very confident that they will get back into this game. And the Poofy Pandas, they need to win. They need to win now. They tried to do what Schimimi did to them. Rush speed long. Didn't work. That Vice wall, perfect bit of util. That's where we see the difference between the Vice and the KJ. The KJ, you can run through those mollies. But with that Vice wall, you can't go anywhere. And that has shown that if you get that play wrong and you make the wrong call on the wrong site, it is over. Yeah. So they will probably not look to go towards this B. You have to go somewhere through mid or through... you have to go through mid or A main. That is it. Because that Vice will constantly sit B now because, especially after that round, it will be known.
Yeah, well, you can just see the judges. So many judges on the side of Schimimi, man. You can see going this mid, but Kian actually just gets the first pick off the G. It's quick as hell. And well, Az gets another one. Mummy Panda. Power trades out. This is a very quick round. As Az gets another. And Ray QT kills Power. But Skimmer Blade, it's just all gone wrong. In about 15 seconds, Schimimi take the round. And it will be match point here for Schimimi, looking to go 2-0 on the day and hoping for a 3-0 on the day in their next match, but they need to get this one done first.
I know they say a quick game is a good game, but this is not the way that we would have expected this to go. Poofy Pandas had a little bit of fight in them from their last map, so it would have been nice to see if they did show up but it's just a pure domination from Schimimi. Just playing everything perfectly here, moving into their map point as well, and match point more than anything. And we saw it last time as well, to take it up the guts, and they're doing it again here in mid. Power. They're just going to look to go straight in here. A quick game is a good game, ladies and gentlemen. This could get very ugly and hard. And Izana managing to find the one. And it could get very dicey here. Ray has not been cleared. Finds one. Does not find the two. This is still on now. The 3v3 situation. This game is still on. They are boxed in now. Unless they do want to pivot through Colin. They're going to smoke that off. So they are committed towards this A side here. Power is on that late lurk. And we have seen how dangerous they can be. And Radiant Rice here with the judge. Finding 3 is Skepton's Blade. And this could be looking good. If the 4th is found, Mommy Panda picking up a kill as well. So Kaya, you can't win the match 2 of the Athena series like this, as takes it all throughout. Pandas gets on Blade. That will be popped out. Missing the first couple of shots. The pre-fire flick happening too, and having to just play a bit of time. Both blinds and heal. Still at the disposal, but Skep on Blade. Oh, take a bow. When your team needs you the most, you step up, get 4. Poofy Pandas are down, but they are not out.
Yeah, they're definitely not out yet, but for Schimimi, that was just a bonus round, right? Now here comes the guns, all the Vandals, all the Phantoms, all the armor, everything coming out now. Skeptoblade, the only one with the ultimate for Poofy Pandas, but that was a great round from Poofy Pandas, playing that anti-eco, making sure that, well, they just didn't get bonused on and ended the map like that. So they're just going to be hoping to come back here slowly. Firstly, they have to win this round for any chance of any hope of winning this map.
Well, mid control been taken early on here by Schimimi, so that's already a big pivot as well. And look at this, making noise in mid as well. Excuse me. So this could be huge. The Skydog now coming out too, clearing out CT, so they know that the majority of them are going towards A. But look at this little late flank here from Pow. And Radiant Rice managing to sneak their way into Swarm without them noticing. And they're still going downhill for the Poofy Pandas. Izana fighting one, and Ray's fighting the other. And this could be the left, right, and the good night. Here as Pow with the world on her shoulders, trying to hide away from that Teo drone. It has been found. Not where the one coming from. Long, and it's another stomp here. And Schimimi 2-0 to start off the day 1. An incredible day 1 for them. And Poofy Pandas back to the drawing board. Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate for Poofy Pandas that last round. I mean, I think you could argue Poofy Pandas, you know, obviously Schimimi were a different class, but you could argue that Poofy Pandas played at least well, kept themselves competitive in rounds. I think unfortunate that their last round was probably their worst round. You know, letting up that much mid control. The lurk there from Pow just didn't work because they were just disconnected off of the team completely. So that led to basically a 4v4 situation and a very bad position there for the Poofy Pandas and Schimimi. They make sure the Poofy Pandas, they go to sleep. But we still got one more game in terms of, well, we get to cast, but for that, just looking at the scoreboard, I mean, Izana, what a player. Definitely set the tone, and nothing really Poofy Pandas could do, especially if those clutches that we saw in the plays that were made by Izana, and you could just see everyone else. Pow did well for her team as well in terms of Poofy Pandas, but it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. I think just different class like we saw in that first game, same here in this game. Just a bit unfortunate for the side of Poofy Pandas. They're going to have to go into next game, hoping they don't go 0-3, lose every game today. And for Schimimi, well, they're hoping to go undefeated and really show themselves a statement here at the Athena series.
Well, we go back to the leaderboard, and you can see the fact. You can look at the assists of the top players there. Izana fighting 10 assists with Ray fighting 11. As fighting 6 as well. So it's a combined team effort. And again, it's another game where the scoreboard does not look, it's even. You have 18-7, 17-7, 14-7, 11-7, 11-6. They're almost all on 7 deaths. So it's been a very even team match for them. So they'll be very happy with that, being able to, you know, keep that even. And as you said, Poofy Pandas, it's back to the drawing board once again. And it's that skill gap, as you did previously mention. Some of these teams have been playing for ages. The proper organizations or just proper teams that have played in game changers and they're locked and loaded, ready to go. And it's just that deviation of the pug teams to these game changer teams as well. So it's just back to the drawing board for Poofy Pandas, and Schimimi will be absolutely loving life, winning a game that's not going down to the wire, but a decent stomp.
Yeah, decent stomp, and again, like I said, I think Schimimi can be very proud. They've really showed themselves, but we've still got one more map, Damo. One more map to go for us tonight. It is, I think, a pretty good one. I think pretty two evenly matched teams. Rapid obviously want to bounce back after that series in terms of against Schimimi, of course, but also in Game Changers Split 1, they want to do better here at the Athena series. And Coven, who I believe won their first game, I don't know about their second game, but they look like a very good team, a very formidable team, and it'll be interesting to watch that. So we'll go into a little break here, and we'll see you for map 3, Coven versus Rapid. Don't go anywhere. I think we're gonna have hopefully our best game. You know, we've had 13-3, 13-2 or whatever. I think this one's going to be much closer. So please stay tuned on the Exsto Gaming channel. And we are back. Athena series, final map for here, me and Damo. And we think it's going to be probably the best one because it's Coven coming in 2-0 tonight, and Rapid, well, after losing their first game, they bounced back, beating, I believe, Brat Division, and they're 1-1 on the day, looking for 2-1 and breaking Coven's undefeated streak here. Damo, how do you feel? We've got also, once we get there, although if you just saw, we've got another map. It's not split.
Another map.
It's not a set. It's
not
not Pearl. Yeah, it's not Pearl. We finally don't have Pearl. It's split. Which personally, Damo, I think in a professional setting, maybe even scrim setting as well, I don't think I've ever casted split before. So for me, this is actually pretty exciting. You know, casting split, classic Valorant map. We all know Coven picked defense on this, so they'll be starting defense. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun map. I've always enjoyed myself playing split in my free time and playing Valorant. Split, we've seen some bangers on here as well. Classic old map, like I said. What are you thinking, Namo?
Honestly, I'm very excited. I saw Split once. Just the once last time I have casted Valorant, and it was a really close game. So I'm hoping to see the same here with another close game with, again, two sides that have looked to be the better from today, of course. One team going for that 3-0 in Coven as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be nice. We are waiting here very anxiously for this game. I know I am. I am loving this. But of course, getting wins as well. So last game, Coven, as said, taking out that 13-9 win against Fearless. As we mentioned when we did their game earlier on this evening in the broadcast, we did say they had to switch on, and my God, did they do. Fearless, but just could not keep it out. And Rapid managing to beat out Brat's Division as well. So another winner early on here on the stream, is not managing to get it done, but Rapid are going to be looking to carry that form across as well, and hopefully not look to go 1-2 by the end of day one. And of course, the best seed that Coven have at the moment here, ready to go for Split. So it's going to be a very interesting time. Will that pressure get to Coven? Or will Rapid just be the better of the two teams?
Yeah, I mean, Coven, it's very interesting, right? You would argue me, and I think it would be a good argument to say the two teams that we saw lose today was Poofy, Pandas, and Fearless. They didn't look quite good. Well, the two wins that Coven have against those two teams, and the teams that we think looked good, you know, with Rapid was, who Rapid faced was Brat Division, which they won against, and Schimimi, who they lost against. So this is kind of seeing, like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like Coven have played the weaker opponents, probably the weakest opponents in their group so far, whereas Rapid, they've gotten through probably their strongest opponents. And now we're kind of at this middle, like kind of, we're kind of here where like they're both meeting each other, maybe the same skill level, you would argue. It's interesting. Rapid, obviously, I think after seeing, if you go on val.gg and you just go Rapid, had 7 losses in a row in official events on the site. They got their first win. They're looking for a winning streak, making it 2. For Coven, well, it's about continuing it, making sure they go 3-0 on the day. Probably in so saying that if they go 3-0 on the day, they probably progress in the next round. So, you know, for Coven, it's about closing out a very good day. You know, this is going to be your toughest opponents. This was a Game Changers team, and even though they weren't, you know, the best Game Changers team in that split one, like I said before, 0-6, but this team did play against very good competition. And Rapid, well, after that first loss against Schimimi, which I think is probably the best team in this group so far, you know, they beat a very good Brat Division team. So it's going to be very interesting, Damo, to see not only the agent comps, but see how both teams go on this map.
Well, with this map, you don't really want to run 2 duelists. I think we might see the double initiator come out once again, or a double senti, to keep control of those on both sides. It is pretty difficult to retake from both sides as well, especially on that A site where you've really only got from spawn, heaven, and screens. That's about it. And with B, it's the same thing. It's pretty much heaven or I think lane, it's what it is back there. We're going to see this now. This is going to be interesting to see. And look at that. We see double initiators for Coven. And also replying with double initiators on Rapid. It's the same stack. We don't have to talk about Asian splits. It's the same thing. And it is just include all of it. It's not in the right order, though. On either side. It's not in the right order. That's the only thing. That's the only issue I have with it. Shout out to production, but if that was in the same order, like agents wise, well, I would have been casting. I would have upped and left. Yeah, I mean, to explain to people that maybe don't watch the game, or no, I would say watch the game, but maybe don't understand the comps, pretty easy. For Tejo and Breach, it's one of the best 1-2s in the game right now. It's very meta, especially on maps like this one on Split. Omen is probably the best smoke player, smoke agent in the game, I should say. Raze is just a good duelist on Split, and an easy duelist. That's the only really difference I could see. That maybe one of these teams could have gone a different duelist, but Raze is just so good at initiating onto sites, especially DNA. And of course, you've got the Cypher, best Sentinel on the Split. So both comps, obviously, same comps. They make complete sense, probably very meta comps here. So it's just going to be about who executes it better between the both of the teams. They've got the exact same abilities, and it's just going to be interesting to see how it goes. You know, how this game goes. I think one more thing before I'll give it back to you, Damo. The big thing about Split this map, and it's for a couple other maps, of course, but this map especially, is mid-control. Mid-control can really accelerate the round. Once you get that mid-control, you can go into vent and get into tower and take that A site pretty quickly, or you could go into B tower and take that B site pretty quickly as well. So, you know, mid-control will be huge in the defensive and the attacking sides, but obviously you don't want to give up space here at A main or B garage at all. But yeah, that's just my opinion on Split, is that just got to have this mid control here. So we will look to get underway here, as we do see this stack coming into mid early doors. Of course, opting for that 3 setup here on towards the A site and the 2. They're going to go through mail here, try and get the early doors. Bungie is going to put out that breach stun and reply. Tejo, Mollies are also out there too. The Omen smoke coming across as well. It's just a trade of you till early doors. Barbie lurking on that site with the site setup. Bungie might have peeked out at the wrong time. That Raze Boombot's going to follow, but it's going to go back into the smoke. So the spy, Cam, Dart, getting the pick done for Barbie. What can they do on the site? It's being munched in from every direction. You cannot do a single thing about that. And as the side goes for free, Fungi, he's staying alive by the skin of their teeth. The Tejo drone as well. Pointing out the uppers of Chisel going down as well now. So it's going to be a matter of time now. Tick, tick, tick. Time is on the clock with Echo fawning one as well. They've got the flank on too. So this could be a huge define, just not managing to find Echo with the resulting Tejo as well. Finding a headshot from Fungi as well. As Shah finding the pick on back site. 2v3 now here for Rapid. And it's just a matter of time now. Backstab is really low HP. The Cypher on the flank with Flip 2. It's down to Cairo and able to get the job done. And Rapid will take the first round. Yeah, I mean, interesting close plan from Rapid there, giving up a lot of control to the side, but it worked in the end with the backstab and just playing that time enough and not giving members away. It was a very, very good, but before that, I would like to say, it was really good from Rapid, just taking that mid-control, like I said, and also just taking, you know, not really executing until the boom bot and basically allowing, you know, basically saying goodbye to Breach. You know, Breach has to go back to stairs and it's all on that Cypher, and the Cypher can't 1v5 pistol. So it just was a really good round there by Rapid in terms of their pacing and just making sure that, you know, players couldn't move out from, say, A tower to B side. They had to, that mid control basically, I think, won the pistol round there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting as you just see here, that information coming in for Coven, that nobody is around the A side. Spike will look to go down pretty easily there. You do see as well, being able to shoot out that trip wire at coffee as well, or whatever you call it. T-sharp coffee, whatever you call it. I've always called it coffee. But that is a huge Cypher trip to get rid of. And they had that flank, and they are going to take that option on the flank as well with Barbie. And with Kyra as well, they will start to find the early picks. The trap wire, the second off, and Shah getting a pick, finding a few as well with Echo and Arc as well. This is looking pretty good now for Rapid. They look to secure their second round here, and Cozy left with just a classic and just a TP. And we love a little bit of the APAC there down on the abilities wheel as well. And they're just going to play the time here. Rapid not interested in losing any weapons. So it's going to be the late push. And this might, depending on how long Cozy takes, never mind. Spike detonated, GG's go next.
Yeah, just going to die for the economy. No reason to keep a classic into the next round. Looking for any exits, but none came. So, good start here from Rapid. They lose no guns on that round, which is huge for their bonus round here upcoming. And really, they just walked into sight. That stack play by Coven didn't work out. And good post plant by Rapid to really secure the round there. Just playing that deep into garage play. It is interesting that they are playing that a lot. I don't really see a lot of... I don't see a lot of teams in Valve really play that post plant position from garage. It's usually one player there, but you know, if the 2 or 3 and you allow that to, what I'm trying to say is you allow players not to really do anything about it, and you've got 3 players you have to kill in garage. You can just keep just saying being annoying in garage and stopping the defuse, then it works out. But we're just getting into this round here. Nothing really has happened except the mid control here by Shira.
Oh!
I have to stop talking because that is a disgusting shot. Wow, Shira gets the kill and 5v4 situation, already getting the Vandal. Carino looking maybe for something, and Shira looking for another and gets another as well. Could look for a third here onto the Omen if they so please, if they find, but Cody actually gets a kill, and Barbie gets HERC, so Chisel has to get the kill here, but Echo actually gets it instead. So it's a 3v2 situation, but the 3v1 now comes in as Echo with the quick reactions onto Barbie. 3v1 here, Damo. What can Fungi do here?
Spike planted.
Well, it's a big clutch for Fungi to take out. No util at the disposal. Just 25 shields and 100 health points. Not much lit up as well. Chisel the only one that has been lit up for at least 10 HP. So going into clear. Going out through screens, not clearing shot. Finds the first pick on Flip. Finds the second on Chisel. And this could be interesting now. Between Echo and he found the third. What in the world has gone on? You can't be doing this! 3 1-taps! Oh, it's brilliant, Valorant! It's a brilliant retake! Coven get their first round on the board.
I'm standing up on my feet, Damo! I'm a bit away from the mic right now. That is unbelievable from Fungi! Just gets the 2 1-taps! Are you kidding me? Just bang, that looked like aimbot, and then the third, just the other player could not capitalize on that slight timing Fungi gave them, and I mean, what a round to clutch it out in. That could have been a really bad bonus loss there for Coven, but Coven get a round up, and that's going to boost everyone's spirit coming into this 4th round.
It's just unbelievable. It's a round that shouldn't really be won. 2 players with full HP and 1 player with 90. It's unwinnable in some circumstances. Where Fungi just pulling the team onto their shoulders and getting the job done to find their first on the board. They are going to look to stack in towards the garage. They're going to spot out the breach in mid. The Teo also there too. Just holding tight is Sonali. Getting ready to go. The Teo is starting to come out. This is the space is being allowed here. The quick check from Shah. Not managing to find the pick. And now the breach. Playing close as well. Fungi. Can she do exactly what happened in that last round? Clearing out all of it goes. And there we go. We see the release. But Flip manages to get the job done in the battle of the Boombots. Shah managing to somehow stay alive with 76 HP. And the breach flash. And it will look to go here. The Razor coming out now. It is the only ult that is left alive. I don't think much will come from it. As Cozy getting the dust. Can I find it?
Reno Barbie, what's going on?
This is going in the way
30
of
seconds
Coven. Spike down in heaven with 26 seconds left in this round. And they're double pushing here. And the timing is going to be key here from Barbie. The spike will have to be picked up and they're going to move now. Do they realize that? No, they're not. This is the shot from Shah. And this could be all not worth it. The spike has to go down. The rush has happened. Shah planning for elbow. And the Cypher Case just managing to get up there. And it's just a matter of the wrong time. There's not a weapon there out. There's just a pistol of Carter. And Shah getting it done. And Rapid on a round that looks very, very shaky. They managed to convert it at the dying seconds.
Yeah, well, Coven did the smart thing there, I think, economy-wise, in terms of not spending their money after that round, when just going for really a second bonus on their side, so you can see their money actually getting, they're able to still purchase the Vandals, they're actually full buying now. But oh my goodness, Barbie, she would want that back. That was a one kill there probably wins the round, even if she goes down. Had the round in the grip of her hand and could not find it. And Rapid will take a round, and that's not the end of the world here for Coven. You know, a round here that could break the economy of Rapid, as Rapid is struggling to get, you know, that 5th Vandal up already. Time out here by Coven, talking things through. But Coven, they're finding their way here in terms of finding these rounds a very, you know, they're making these rounds very, very close. And especially on that round where it was basically a half buy round to Rapid's full buy. They can be at least proud of the result. You know, if you were to tell them before the round that 2 people would still be standing by the side of Rapid, I think they would have taken that. But knowing it was a 2v2 situation, knowing that Barbie had the potential to kill both of them and didn't take it, that must sting for Coven. But they'll have to reset, look for this next round. I think we're getting a banger here, Damo. It's just about Coven staying in it, and we're hoping they can.
Exactly. Rapid are just showing exactly where they're picked up. Of course, they are 1-1. And Coven being the team that has gone 2-0 into this game. It does look a little bit shaky, but we are still early on, so we can't make any decisions just yet. As once again, mid being the forefront of the decision making. It's either that split through mail or that split through ropes. It's either or. We're just trading smokes at the moment between the Omens. Of course, playing in the same stack for those eagle-eyed viewers at home. So you're going to get pretty much the same amount of util from both sides either way. The Teo drone is now going to come out into the main. And it's not going to have time to pop up in scan, but is notice that a few players are there. And by the judging of the footsteps, they're going to take it back though. The Omen just over smoking, just a little too much, trying to create that pixel angle there. But they're just going to hold back, and they're just going to go back to the basics with 40 seconds left. They're going to try and look through this mid once again. And I think they might still try to NB. And that's going to be a huge delay as well. The Teo, it just shows why Teo, and look at that, Flip getting tagged too, so that's a big audio cue too, and they've got to go quick now if they want to get up through B Heaven here. The Kano just managed to get it alive with 36 HP. Cozy fighting the one on the pre-shot coming out. This could be absolutely huge. Yoma TP out as well, and it's all happening now. Oh, Coven, they have to get the spike down, and it's still trapped. It's trapped. Rapid have let that round slip away from them.
Oh, they let it
get the spike out of Heaven and or Mail, and Coven finding the round back, and they look to be fighting back here. 1-for-1, 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, that was just incredible from the side of Coven, and that's the round they need to win, because you look at the economy now of Rapid, it is fully broken. Coven just sticking, and not really giving any outlets for that Coven, for the Rapid side to find, you know, any type of space until 30 seconds left in the round. Ornament was beautifully used there by Fungi, and just good plays there by the side of Coven. And it looks like this is going to head to 3-3, barring something special here from Rapid.
As I said last map, it's a funny game. Valorant is a funny game. I've used that a lot, that analogy a lot in the last couple of weeks. Whatever it is, it's a funny game. It is still cool, but we have seen weirder things happen. And now they execute now here onto that B side. Rapid have got themselves on a beautiful bit of util as well. We'll find 2. But look at Funky picking up where she left off a couple of rounds ago. Kana also finding a pick as well. So it's down to Flip and Jizzle here for Rapid, and Flip finding it on. It's on. Funky finding the 3rd as well for the round. So a stinger, and with Flip, and he's going to take this control now, using both cages here to try and deviate a little bit of time here for Rapid. And we are just going to sit here and just wait very carefully for this. He's going to choose to wrap back around towards the garage. Of course, Vandals on the side of Coven. So it's just going to be time of waiting. Could possibly call for a save.
30 seconds
Can't
left.
really do much. could also be the conversation of saving that Vandal that was up in mail that was dropped. And watching this smoke is Fungi, and that smoke's going to dissipate. Fungi, headshot. This game is on now. Cozy, this could be on here. The Cozy says no. And Coven find themselves back at a tie game. And it is 3-3 here, Portugal.
Yeah, I mean, Rapid can be, I flip. Almost, you know, I think you could argue, oh, you should go for the save. Almost made that around. Almost made something out of nothing. But nothing really to do there. It was an eco around there from the side of Rapid. Coven and Rapid now, full gun buys, a lot of ultimates up you see on the screen right now. This is going to be a crucial round. See if those ultimates get burned and see if economy-wise, who does the most damage in terms of the round win here. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this round plays out, Damo.
Well, you look at it, there's only 5 kills out from Rapid here. We might see the first ult here pop out, and it's Taylor, and they're going to go for this brute force aggression onto the side. The Cypher Trip coming out, so Barbie will find one, and Flip will get caught out in mid here for Kano. This could go downhill here. Chisel barely staying alive as well. This could go home. Rogue Spike's not even out on the site yet, and there's 3 heaven here for Coven.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, Spike's not down, 4v. It's a 5v3. The Cypher is low, but on the other side, the Breach is low as well, and they don't even have Spike down, so it's just going to be really hard trying to get this Spike. Looks like they will get it into the corner, so Spike will be planted here, and you can just see the retake is already coming down as Barbie does find one. It's a 5v2. Armageddon all is used. They have to find one. AGRC teleports back. No, he can't teleport back. Has to find one. Echo, but even can't find none, and she will not find one. Sorry. It just is a crazy round there from the side of Coven. Just waiting for that plan to come in here, Damo. And while Coven, they do everything right by the book. And unfortunately for the side of Rapid, after that rapid start in 3-1, it is now gone to 4-3 for Coven.
Only two ults being invested, one by each side, and both with the Teo ults.
This goes here.
So it's pretty, it shows that you don't have to invest all of your ults to get onto a site and play it as it is. Of course, Rapid are, you know, not reaping the benefits of using their ult, but beautiful ult from Coven, from Sonali, just to flush out that site. And look at this, the stuns as well. Look at this, trying to get out the final second is Kano. And look at it, it's happening out with the raised grenade, just not managing to hit. So just barely staying alive by the skin of her teeth.
The garage control is actually huge here for the side of Coven. They've actually reacted to that tower. They know they can't hold site from here, so they're just going to hold garage instead. And there's nothing really they can do about it here, Rapid. They'll take the site, but there's so much angst over this garage hold by the team of Coven. And they know one is there. Actually, one is spotted. Carino does get chisels as well. And now it's just a 4v2 situation here. And it's just so hard because both players are just nowhere to be seen. How does Flip get that kill? And actually survives as well. If Flip can find another, the garage control is there. What is Sonali doing? Sees the gun, and Flip gets the kill. I don't know what Sonali was doing there, as it looks like Echo is going to take the side. It's a 2v2 situation here. It's between both Cyphers and the Rays and the Tejo. And Barbie will catch one out guard, and looking for the second, and Barbie catches them out guard. Did not expect a player, or even both of them, from the side of Garage. And Coven, they save a really risky round. It looked like it was theirs, then it didn't look like it was theirs, but they managed to pull it back. Coven have won 4 rounds in a row.
It just shows that this game, after being back and forth for a little bit, we are now seeing the reward that Coven have been looking for this entire time, where it has just been... Just grind it out, get the kills, find the spots, and look at this, 4 in a row. Managing to get 2 diffusers as well in the last couple of rounds. It's showing now, Coven showing their true colors and showing why that they do want to go 3-0 here to finish off day 1.
Yeah, they want to prove everyone that, you know, Rapid, they can step above these teams. Those wins against Poofy Pandas and against Fearless were no joke. They were just they were the projection, the prediction of this Coven team to the very top. You can just see playing this very slow style of Rapid, just waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Now that it has, the Teho drone will come out and will spot Sonali. So one is spotted there. You can just see mid-control being really not used here. Cypher will act as probably a late lurk, you would think. Another smoke comes out, but Orb will be traded for that. So actually doesn't get Orb in time, as the spam through by Fungi will stop that. So 55 seconds left in the round, Damo. You can just see it's gonna be, I think, a B execute here, but there's nothing really that Rapid can work with here.
Well, I mean, 4 of the 5 ults being stacked up, ready to go.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can
true.
run.
That's
You
true.
can run the Raze and the Breach ult at the same time too, but it's not going to pay off too much as well. And we are going to see a look at that. Called it at its finest. The Breach ult coming out first.
30
And look at that, a
seconds
little
left.
bit of
Nothing's
friendly fire
game.
almost happening there.
Nothing's game.
Nothing's happening. And here we go, the Raze ult coming out, and it's being put to the test here. It's an early fuzz pick of Fungi. Also fighting picks 2 there from lane. So being relegated back, Cozy fighting some picks through mid as well. Spike going down out in the open. Cozy could rush this and get a pick pretty easily if she does want to. But Fungi and Cozy, Shah and Echo, both teams have one player low on HP. Trying to ban the shot is Shah, and Cozy manages to land the shot.
Two
Oh,
players.
it's both down to low HP here. Echo in the favorable driver's seat now. Fungi also one away from the ult. This could get very massive. The breach stun going up, and they have to push at the same time here to fight. It's 1 and it's 2. Echo take a bow.
Lined up.
Wow.
Lined up for Echo, waited, and unfortunately for Coven, they lined themselves up with both low HP. It doesn't matter if Echo was concussed, you could still shoot out of that gun, and well, she did, and that is a great, that's just really good from the side of Rapid. It would have been a very bad round to lose. That breach ult really did nothing. I thought they should have used, like you said, the breach ult and the Raze ult together. They used it in different time periods, but it does not matter because Echo decides just to clutch the round, and now it is 5-4. This is looking like a very good half time. Shira get that! Hello! How does Shira get the kill there? And maybe looking for a second. You gotta be kidding me, Shira! And Shira's taking this all by herself. Shira's maybe, you know, if I was in Shira's position here, Damo, I would look for more kills, but she's playing that safe area and just taking this safe, you know, at the side of screens. Maybe trying to find a little angle that they won't expect here. I don't think they'll expect that she will be here at the edge of screens, and actually all players have gone up. Shira could get the flank of a lifetime here. It's just about timing, and it's just about the spot. Here we go. Shira's looking for everyone. Looking for everyone. Looking for everyone. And AGRC finishes it off. As Rapid, they put themselves back in this game, and it's all thanks to Shira.
We wanted a back and forth game, and we are getting it. A huge Cypher ult as well from Flip. After the 2 kills of Shira, we have to question the shot through the smoke. I know it's a common spot that Kofi has been sitting, but Shah finding that shot onto Barbie. Like, you cannot ride it. Just the spray through the smoke. Sometimes you will get paid the reward for it, and it was here. And again, just flanking in through screens as well. Just managing to get the job done here. We wanted an article, and we are getting it here on Split.
Yeah, we're getting we hope for this, Damo. You know, I think it was 12-2, 13-2 and 13-3 the last 2 maps. It's 5-5 this map on Split. We are seeing some banger gameplay. Shira showing everyone why she could put herself in the conversation as one of the best players in this tournament, as Cozy will be caught off guard here by Shira, and Chisel will back Shira up. The in-game carry and Shira looking for that B tower here. It is an economy round here for the side. Oh yes, Sonali is looking for something to flip. Great work by Flip there in terms of just staying there and just looking at that exit. Oh my goodness, Shira. The timing is bad, but it works out in the end for Shira. And it looks like this is going to be spike planted. And it looks like this is just going to be an easy round as Echo makes it a 5v2.
So with Spike going down, just the 2
Spike
sheriffs
planted.
left of Barbie and Carino just looking to play a little bit of time. Maybe take at least one, maybe two Vandals off. But you do see AGRC getting post plan ready to go in case if Carino does decide to go out. Love sitting in heaven. Has played there almost every round. Dropping at the perfect time. The Omen Blind might come out. Two at the perfect time. Might have even caught Barbie in the end too. So it's just an unfortunate event. And Rapid retake the lead. This is going to go the limit, Portugal. I can feel it.
Yeah, I mean, the Omen of AGRC, wow, gets Carino, you know, that's the first one, all right, you know, we know, and then gets Barbie as well. That just ends the round, unfortunately, for the side of Coven. It looked bleak anyways, but that double flash is pretty lucky on the side of Rapid, but they will take that 6-5, and you could just see the momentum swings. We saw a bit of a tussle at the start of the game. You know, we saw Rapid come out 3-1 on top, but then you saw the comeback here by Coven. They won 4 in a round before that collateral clutch by Echo to win the round, and then Shearer the round after to get that 4K. Should have been a 5K if AGRC didn't take the kill there. And the last round is just pretty basic execute anti-eco. So it's been very interesting. The game has switched back and forth over and over again. And well, if you look at the scoreboard, Shearer 17-6, maybe the main reason for Rapid being in the game still. Leading the game right now and looking for their second win here at Athena, at the XEG Athena series.
There's also a thing as well as like the fact that Chisel is 0-8, but the util that has been dropped has worked really well. So it's not too much of a worry with Chisel going 0-8, but you do have to be like, okay, let's just zone back in. Let's just try and play our regular way. Just try and land our shots, and we can try and get into it. And I feel like that's what we will look to go for here as we are setting up towards a B push here from Rapid as they do Teo drone the entire side. Pop up. Do they spot the Cypher? I don't think they do. He's just out of range as Teo Molly's clears out early doors. Barbie rotating onto the site now to play a little bit of time. And a beautiful shot from Shah. Beautiful execute onto the site. The breach Molly's coming out and the Teo on now coming through. And the breach too. So they are keeping off the site. Coven have scared off Rapid a little bit. And another Teo coming in. It's all happening here in the last round of the half. There's still 3 ults left to run. Here's the other one. Not landing the shots at all. 2 Omen ults left. The spike hasn't even gone down yet, and they're on the B side. It's just a matter of where are they hiding. Spike being dropped. This could be the Omen TP.
Oh, the TP!
It's happening.
Every bolt is going down in the last round, Darmo. They have to use it in the last round. Why not use it now?
Here we go. The second one's coming in too.
Oh my goodness.
The TP is doing his threes now.
They can defuse. They can defuse. They can defuse! They're not gonna have time!
They can do it, they're clearing everything! The
Oh my God!
They can half it!
They can hold it! He's gonna hold it! He's gonna hold it!
Coven have done it!
And Chisel is looking... Oh my goodness! Oh... The aggressive peak there from the side of AGRC was the wrong peak to do. It lost the round for Rapid. We saw about 10 ults. I mean, unbelievable what we just saw there. I mean, listen, in any other game, you can't see that. And maybe for a couple people, it's too cluttered, it's too utility-based, it's not really an FPS. Bro, this is cinema, what we're watching here. AGRC just went out for the peak. And that was the wrong thing to do. Gets deleted off the map. They're not in time. They can't rotate in time. And all Carino has to do is just stick the spike, and that is the round over. Nothing will get her off of it. And it is a 6-6 half. Coven and Rapid. This is looking like the game of the day, Damo. At least for us, but I'm hoping for at least the whole tournament here in all the other streams.
Well, this game, as we said from the start, was proven to be one of the closer games in this Group A. So it's proven as well, both Coven and Rapid have both had their good patches and their bad patches. You see that good patch there for Coven there in the middle through rounds 5 through 8. And then just Rapid picking up the odd rounds here and there. And then you see 9 through 11 as well. Just being able to pick up their rounds in batches and still being able to be in this round as well, in this game too. 6-6 is probably the best scoreline that I would say for these two sides would be needed. And look at all this. We're going to see a little bit of mid-aggression here on the pistol. Can Coven, or can Rapid, sorry, convert a second pistol here in this game? And look at that. The TML is just taking out the one-way as well being put up. Bit of an interesting call to use that one-way early doors, and getting a bit fancy is Shah, and she'll find one, and surely a relegation now back towards Nail. So the man advantage early doors here for Rapid. You see that Raze Brimbot now come out into mid. Has spotted the couple of players who do have that 3-stack in mid. Oh, look at that. It's just being able to be fired out. That's just the urgency with those Teo mollies and lasting a little longer than your standards. Two of them still in the space, and look at this, the smokes now allowing the work through, and the Raze nade just all being counted here. Util for Util in this mid battle here with 50 seconds left on the clock. Where will this end, Portugal?
I think this, while you would hope this would end A if they can, or looks like they actually go and B with that smoke. And you can actually just see it's just all lined up for them. The Carino and Cozy actually get kills. So it's all up to the Cypher here of Flip to defend the site. We'll just play this passive angle.
Left.
That you can just wait as long as they want. Maybe hoping that they go back to vent into the side of AGRC, but nothing will be seen here.
Playtime.
So on the side of Flip, and Flip does get a kill, and actually will get out of the side. Goes to Garage. That's so smart, but they will get the plant down no matter what here. Actually does not get the plant down, and looking for the kill there. They need to find something. Someone needs to find it. I didn't even know Cozy was the last one alive, but Cozy gets killed down. I thought it was a 2v2, and it was actually a 1v2. Great work there from the side of Rapid. I mean, just to talk about that round in particular, we saw the first round of the game, right? In terms of Rapid, they went full-on mid-aggression, and that's how they won the round. And well, for this pistol, same exact thing. But they stopped Coven's mid-aggression completely. Use the salvos at the right time. Use the raise grenade at the right time. Stack up on that little staircase at B tower. It just all worked out for Rapid, and there's good planning there from Rapid to just take, knowing that mid is the key objective in these pistol rounds. And they won both pistols. They do need to convert this though to make it 8-6.
That's a waste of a tripwire as well with those TMLs going out, and I have to say, you can't be tossing and turning between planting the spike and tapping it and expecting the peak, especially that late on. It's a bit of a mine lapse there for Coven, and now being taken into the mid-aggression once again with Sonali and of Carino. Just looking to just play for information. Not much happening here. The 3-2 split in favor of the A site here for Rapid as well. Keeping the Raze, Taylor, and Breach there too. So Cypher just having that light set up there towards the B site. Now we're going to see what happened in the last round, or in the last half through the smoke. We will not. The blind will look to come out here. How will it get the smoke? That's all I'm going to say. Oh, it's got this Breach stun actually. They're stunning toward. No, the blind will come out. I'm unsure easy, but Shah will find two. Finding the pick early doors. Echo trying to take a few swipes as well at the cherry. Trying to find something. Carino finding a pick as well on Shah. But this round should be going here to Rapid unless something gruesome could happen with Echo. Imagine to pick up a player in heaven as well. That bomb, well, the spike, sorry, will look to go down. And this creates a whole new problem here. Rifle, well, weaponry been gained now by Coven. So, oh my god, my brain has had the biggest blank ever with Sonali with the hero rifle.
AGRC.
What's all gonna happen here? AGRC through screens now. The other two remaining players decide to go through heaven. It's going to be going towards. They're going to sandwich this actually.
Yeah, I like
between main and screens. They're going to sandwich this, and this Omen.
Sonali needs to get this one.
Sonali finds one, Flip finding one, and now they just have to defend the side. Mercy, one backside.
They don't check.
Ring around the Rosie. It's all big. It's 2 bigs. Ghana and Cozy around that they shouldn't have won. but they have done it on a save. The money is broken on the side of Rapid, and it's still reviving and recovering on Coven.
I believe it was a 5v3, or yeah, it was a 5v3 on the side of Rapid, and they just let that round slip. They didn't check behind the screen, and that kind of just ended the round, and the wraparound by Carino as well. Carino and Cozy, a great clutch there with the lesser guns. And now we get into this round, and you can just see already taking this control here at the A side, and Spike is there, so they need to actually, they need to take this. Like, they need to make sure that they don't see Spike here, and you can just see that counter utility is going to work. Flash is coming out, and there's nothing really they could do, and they know there's two players here now. Another flash comes in, and Funky gets free, and Funky says good night, and this could be the round here if Sonali finds AGRC. It does find AGRC, and just shoots right around her. As well, it's a great round from Coven. It's a good start there from Rapid there, Damo, but great counter utility, and we see that player again, Fungi, just get the free K when they need it the most.
Exactly, and don't let that 13 and 11 despise you. Shah going 22 and 10, but you can see the difference in between the two. Fungi's just anywhere and everywhere. She's not afraid to get in the mixer and get the business done. And it's just paying off. And Cameo as well, coming in late on in that half, getting the picks as well, also tying the kills. So it's going to be very interesting to see where Rapid will look to take this now, as we do see that 2 stack in mid. In it through A main, and the one, it's a Cypher v Cypher on B side. It's the things you dream of on that B side. Not looking to push though.
Sentinel.
As of just taking the time there, the camera will come out early doors, trying to spot out the trip. We do know that a trip is there, has been called. With Cypher set up on B, we know that it's going to happen majority of the time. The Omen up in heaven, just not picking the right time, and that flip does have a judge. So the first trip being knocked out, and they're just going to give the space up. They're just going to play it. A little bit of fun. They're going to have a little bit of fun. And AGRC. They are. And it's not working as well. So it is going to be stuck to this A site commit here for Coven. It's going to be a very late execute. That smoke's going to look to go down any second here. But with 40 seconds, anything's possible.
Ooh, spotted the player. Chisel will at least spot the player of Fungi, and that kind of gives it up, you would think now.
Evan's open.
Oh, Echo is in a bit of trouble. Good stun there, though. And you can actually see the Shura gets the kill there. Has to go off, and the wall is blinded, and Fungi does get the kill. Maybe looking for a second. No, it won't overheat. But they all know now
they have to go now.
They have to go. They have to run. They have to try and find a safe spike plan. And if once it's down, you can bet your life that they're just going to go in Rapid, and well, it seems like they are. You can see Cozy playing this just deep position, waiting for any flank potential here, but none will be found.
That's a huge blind for
you can actually see Barbie is blinded. You can see the flashes coming in, but Carino does not get blinded. Does get caught out by Echo, but is traded. Fungi and AGRC is killed by AGRC, and Cozy will kill Flip. And that position by Cozy, in my opinion, was round winning. And while Coven, they get a 2-round advantage here, and the economy for Rapid again broken.
Coven is playing every card right, and I could pick it out as soon as that spike got onto the A side. The judge was always going to be the weak link there with Flip. Just wasn't able to recycle that judge for a better weapon or a rifle at the bare minimum. So relegated to just Sheriffs and Lights now. Not far off a couple of the ults. Of course, Flip and AGRC a couple off. Same with Echo as well. Just managing to get caught in that Omen blind. Lucky they did not decide to push in it. So now he's going to solo push through mid here. He's going to drone up as well. And the swing from Fungi as well. Dar barely staying alive.
Sure.
The blind. Getting the pick to the nade is not being pulled out just in time. And it's relegated back to a 4v4 here. Coven look to be in the driving seat. And they do not look to give up anytime soon as they hold here in Garage. Still tons of time left on the board here at 4 apiece.
I do not know how that breach did not clear the Shira there, or Shira. Unbelievable, and got a kill, but unfortunately the breach was not in the position. Chisel wasn't in the position to get the trade back onto Shira, and you can just see maybe just deciding, this is eco, we know what they have, let's go for this B side, let's make this execute right. You can see the Sentinel of Cyphers on this side. Making sure, the interesting part is, I think you look at it and it seems to me that Rapid want to play this retake situation. They just want to hold mid. That's all they want to do. Really hold. Ult will come out. I don't know if I agree on that personally, knowing that this is an economy round and that ult will catch nobody. So they at least, for now, in terms of Rapid, will confirm that nobody is mid. All players will be either side or into garage, and the wrong side will finally be planted. So, listen, weaponry is not good here for Rapid, but they can at least get rid of some guns and maybe look for a miracle round win. Now, Cozy is stunned here and will probably die. Yes, will die to Chisel. Echo is traded out though. And Funky, that player again, looking for the player. Flashed out, needs to get one. Chisel does get it, and it's a 2v2 situation. Funky looking for the ace somehow. And Sonali is dead. Chisel gets free, and that's a 2v1 situation. It's all up to Funky. Has to find the classic. He has to go for the right click. He's going for the right click. Oh my god! I'm losing my voice! How does Flip get that? How does Flip get that? Flip got it! And has the time! By a second! My voice is gone! My voice is gone! Somehow Flip gets the knife off and Flip just turns the round, turns the game back on its head for Rapid! I've lost my voice here, folks! I don't know if you can hear me, I've lost it! Unbelievable!
This is absolutely bananas.
The knife killed Damo.
It's like
to deny the ace. To deny the ace armor as well. To deny it.
Oh, it's just all happening. Just had to keep the pistol out, but opting to go for the util instead. It's the wrong call, and it might be the third match of the night. The mental might not be screwed on top. And they have to regain themselves here now. Coven as Rapid making the fast approach to the comeback with a 9-8 scoreline. And they're going to take it very slowly once again here, splitting towards that A site. And Shah finding the early pick. If they go deep enough here, they might actually find the spike. And Carino has to do the business now. Has to get these two picks. These are two massive picks. Omen will grab the spike with the ult as well. So an ult per side. Cypher with his scan. And Raze with her rocket as well. And Cypher is set up again on this A site. So they will notice that when they do look to go and push. I will say interesting tripwire up in heaven as well.
Nobody's B now. They know it's an A hit because of that push from the breach and the Raze. So this is going to be an A take here. It's now going to be a 4v5. It's going to be a 5v4 retake here on the side of Rapid. They want these heroics to lead them to another round. They don't want this to go. Does not catch anyone out with this elbows. Cozy is taking this elbow position here. They are just stuck in the side, and I didn't even realize they didn't plant the spike yet, and they are clearing out this position at flank near main. So now it's all going to be up to Funky, really. The timing could be huge here. Funky needs to be careful of the smoke and that they can walk through, and they know that one is behind, and that is actually caught. So now they walk behind the smoke, and Chisel gets one. Cozy is killed. Needs to find one at least, and nothing will be found. Carino and Cozy. It's just an incredible side hold here by the side of Coven. It looked like they were getting squished in, but they say no. We are here. We're going to stay here, and we're going to beat you up like we need to. Unbelievable from the side of Coven. Just the resilience to, losing all that control, I would say. It's such a hard round to win, but they managed to do it with the Razor, with the perfect time peaks. Just a great round there, and what Coven needed after that last round knife clutch from the side of Rapid.
Well, Rapid, they have the force every round from here on out. The money is not good. You can see the Bulldog and a Stinger being taken out. Probably could buy someone else as well as a GRC having to push back up, getting a little bit aggressive. Can't afford to lose any weapon here for the defender side of Rapid. And it's going to be absolutely huge if they can get a gun here off Coven. But Funky might get caught out here.
Yeah, timing now timing there.
He's just lighting up as well. This Breach fight is up too, and a beautiful headshot, and Spike also down as well. Onto the ramp, Cozy there too. And a bit of deviation there within that ramp as well. A GRC will look to go back here, so it is a man advantage here for RPD. The spike now being put onto the site too. So the TML is coming out from heaven, and trapped here is Cozy. The nade doing 25 HP left. AGRC also low on HP as well. So this is going to get very spicy and tasty.
Shira.
If they can get rifles, they
3v2.
can do it. Here we go, clearing
3v2.
out all sides of it. They have rifles there at the disposal.
They've got ult. They need to win this, Damo.
Tayo also refusing access to the site.
They've got to
It
use
might be too
rolling.
late. They've got to save it. They have
They've
to
got to
save
use
it. They
rolling.
can't push for it. They're going to use it. It's too little too late though, I think.
Last player
It
standing.
might be a bit too little too late, but they need it. But Cozy will get the kill. Oh! We're going over each other, Damo, because somehow, with the rolling thunder, with the 3v2 situation, Coven again on that B side, they hold their own. Unbelievable from Coven. They somehow win that round. I wonder if that kill was transferred, if Rapid had enough time. Rapid have to take a timeout after those last 2 rounds. They are shooken. It was an economy round, technically for the side of Rapid, but they would have loved to win that round. 11 to 8. It's slipping a bit for Rapid. They need to find their second gear here. They need to find a way to get back into this match. They've got ultimates online. The Rolling Thunder no longer there, but they do have that Tail and the Cypher ult in terms of, you know, intel ability, and especially, and you also have the Omen ult, but Omen ult is on both sides, and so is Cypher ult. So the big thing actually looking at both of these teams is the Armageddon from the side of Rapid. They need to use it effectively in a retake situation, and this Damo, they lose this round, it goes back to basically pistols or like Guardians. It could be curtains. Rapid need to win this round right now, here.
Well, that's
in map
exactly.
3.
That's exactly what we've mentioned, is the fact that Rapid have to keep this economy as high as they possibly can. They have to win every round they possibly can. Just moving way too late with that breach ult in their back pocket as well. It's just, they need to communicate. They need to go. They need to push. There's not much time left on that spike, and it was just left too little too late. And just allowed an easy win for Coven to just be able to just play the site. And it showed with Cozy finding the 2 picks in the end to settle out the round. And Coven will look to put the re-aggression towards this B site now. Taking out early doors here as AGRC does decide to re-smoke. Of course, the Teo ult will come out potentially here. And big ult here. The Raining Thunder, but they're not deciding to push out though. And AGRC being found, we're going to swap at the last timing. Oh, it's a beautiful play. But it's just not landing the shots. Cypher's ult also popping now. Where are you hiding? What should I say? Where are you hiding? But it's going to come down now. The spike planted. Sonali and Carino playing it backside. Fungi and Barbie playing in garage. This is actually a really good split. A power split here between the two. That tail ult not going to hit anyone. So a waste of an ult there from Rapid. And they're going to have to pinch in here from Heaven and Lane.
Fungi!
And it's just their lane. It's all down to flip your ult. You can't use your ult, but finding one you might be able
Up
to.
and
Look at
down
the
as
double
well,
stack
and the
to the
cross,
right,
it's too
Barbie
much.
holding the flank. It's all going downhill. The stun is out. They're trying to work around it. Coven, he should still be on here. Rapid, just not looking to clear. Flip doesn't want to clear backside. And it's the time is going to run out.
Time is going to run out.
It's too little too late. Can they save the weapons? They won't be able to. And Coven will move to match point here on Split. And it looks like it is out of time here for Rapid to find themselves back into it, relegated down to pistols or SMGs at the bare minimum.
Damo, I would like to say that the first 2 games we had out of the free streams, we were the first to complete them. We were the first streams. We were waiting around. Now everyone's waiting around for us. We're the last game on. People of the other channels, I believe, have rated us. This is the last game of the night here, folks, for the Athena series here at XCG. And this could be the last round. They need everything here, Rapid, to really show their resolve and really show what they have. If they can win this round, it's not over yet. They did get rid of the guns. The economy for Coven isn't looking maybe the brightest, but it's going to be all about this defensive round here by Rapid. They have to show everything they have. They have 2 ultimates up in the Omen ult, and they do have Cypher ult as well. So Damo, take it away. This could be the last round.
Well, it's very interesting that the fact that no one else is close to their ult on Coven as well, so they do have to rely just on that Omen ult Same thing, really, for the other side of Rapid. No one can really get their ult here except for Flip and AGRC, who have currently got their ult stacked at the moment. So look at this power play, though, from Rapid. They are going to wrap around. They're sending 3 on the flank.
This could be
It's
huge.
when do you see this? You never. This is the final frame strat.
Oh!
We're through, and they don't even realize that the flank is on. But look at this
Now
play.
they do.
Cozy is there. He always has been Nate. Cozy 1. Then you find 2. Cozy finds 2, finds 3. And we could be looking at a game over here with Cozy flying it all. HERC. Double smoke into screens, holding in Carino. And looking, this could be the end of days.
GG.
Coven start
GG.
off their Exto Athena series, going 3-0. One of the better results that we have seen throughout the night. Coven will be very happy with that. It puts them in a very powerful position here on day 1. There is still a long way to go here in the Athena series, but Coven look to be the winners of day 1.
And it was about the big 3 for this team. It was about Cozy. We saw that last 3K. I screamed at how good that was. What a final 3K to end out the map. Carino being the duelist, being the entry they needed, and Fungi probably my MVP of the match, doing so well in those clutch situations and any situations they were given. Shira, just unfortunate for Shira and Flip. They both played really well, especially Shira, the highest combat score, highest kills, highest everything on the scoreboard. But unfortunately for them, you know, it just isn't enough, and it's just sad. It's just sad that they couldn't get it over the line. That we didn't. This could have been a much, like, not even much closer. This could have gone to overtime if some rounds had flipped on the side of what am I trying to think of Rapid.
We're
I've lost the
broken.
words.
We're broken, man.
I'm broken. I mean, that knife round completely lost my voice. I'm literally trying to find it on the scoreboard. That was the last
100%.
round. That was, you know, and fair play for the side of Coven. You know, that round can be such a tilder. Losing that, you know, especially for Fungi, getting a 4K, almost getting the ace, and losing it on a knife kill to basically go back evens. And to win 5 rounds after that is insane to do. To mentally reset off of that and win, that is insane. Coven, they're going to be very proud of today. 3-0, they'll take that. Rapid, they'll be happy they at least won 1 today, and it's not all curtains for them, but they would have wanted a better day here at the Athena series here, done.
Yeah, no, it's just an exceptional performance here from Coven tonight. And we did talk about at the half of if that mentality drift would come in later in the night. Of course, these teams have been playing. They played 3 matches from 6 p.m. and here we are at 9:18 local. And just, it's late. It's time for bed for people. It's really time for bed. But again, just unfortunate that Shark could not convert almost a 30 bomb, going 28, 16, and 4. And of course, Fungi just 24, 14, and 4. Just the MVP, really, of that side. But look, it brings us to the end of our coverage here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the Exsto Gaming channel. So day 1 comes to a close. We've had some big scorelines. We've had some small scorelines.
Yeah.
It's been a day all for it. On behalf of Portugal and myself, thank you for everyone who's tuned in across the night. Thank you for Exsto for putting out this amazing series. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes as well across the 3 streams. You guys really do make all of this work. So we will see you tomorrow night from 6 p.m. onwards. Do not miss it. Day 2 of the Exsto Athena series will happen. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your nights.